This world, which its people call Krataris, is home to much strife. Humans live on a continent called Agrum. Nearly 1,000 years ago, a woman named Share heard a voice beckoning her to the world's highest mountaintop. When she came down, she claimed to be the wife of a god and spread her faith to the people of a country called Ybor, before mysteriously disappearing. 3.5 centuries later, the king of Ybor began a bloody crusade in the name of this god, conquering all of Agrum in the process. Under imperial rule, other religions and mythologies were erased, replaced by the Yborian faith. They now simply call themselves the clergy, and their god is just God. On what should have been a moonless night in the year 500, a blood-red moon rose in the sky over Agrum. Under that ominous light, countless monsters pulled from the now-burned pages of mythology came into being, and humanity was gifted with magic. The ensuing chaos created a dark age. After only a century, the Yborian Empire began its slow collapse. It was defeated not by warriors, but by monsters. However, as the Empire receded, the clergy's grip tightened. Their ruthless inquisitors promised to keep the people safe from monster and mage alike. Amid the Empire's retreat, first contact was made between humans, elves, and dwarves. While uneasy at first, the three species agreed to peace. Offshoots of humanity, with the features of demons, dragons, and undead arise, creating confusion and suspicion. The mysterious Stoneborn, petrified for unknown eons, walk the world in search of clues to their past. Now, in the year 999, the Empire is completely gone. Ybor is a humble kingdom once more, and its people cower behind the clergy's inquisitors. In the humble port town of Ankos, the Inquisition calls for the aid of mercenaries in dealing with a mysterious threat. And hello, everybody. We are live. What are we doing? Hello, my name is Alex. Welcome to episode 1 of Krataris Origins. Thanks for watching wherever you are on the time stream, whether you're watching live, whether you're watching the VOD from the near or distant future. If I seem jittery and nervous, it's because I've been trying to make this happen for like a year, give or take. So that's why. I promise that our intros aren't always going to be this long. Usually we're just going to get into things, but it's the first episode. I have some housekeeping stuff to take care of at the top, so I'm going to keep yapping for another minute here. Usually when we do actual play on this channel, it is edited after the fact, shortened, cut down. I specifically wanted to do this live because it's a different kind of show. I'll get into the specifics of that a little bit later as we talk about the game system and all of that. But yeah, so, you know, if you've been watching our other actual plays and you're used to the cutting and editing, this is going to be a bit different. But stick around anyway. As always, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share the videos, become a YouTube member, all the stuff that helps support the channel. We appreciate that. Because this is a live show, we have chat going. Hello, Yazoff, Campbell, John, and Brian, who have chatted already. We'll be checking on that periodically in between scene changes and stuff. Obviously, we're going to try to focus on the game more so, but we'll check. You made it in time. You're here. So with all that quick stuff out of the way at the top, let's introduce you guys, our players. Just the real people that you are first. We'll come back to characters later. The real actual humans here. Well, again, we'll go in the order on screen, but so Katie, go ahead and get us started. Say hi.
Hello. Hi, I'm Katie, also known online as Gifted Faker. I am a cosplayer, streamer, voice actor, weirdo, generalized weird person. Great.
Where can people find you besides the link in the
Oh, you
description?
the link in the description. But also Gifted Faker on Twitch or the Gifted Faker on Instagram. Either one of those, pretty much on most platforms.
Great,
You can
very
find my
good.
face doing weird things.
Meg, your turn.
Hi, everyone. My name is Meg, also known as Megara Hope. I am an actress, cosplayer, streamer, and panic attack in a person. And you can find me at Megara Hope or at Megara Hope Cosplay on every platform. There's too many.
Yeah.
There
Too
it
many
is.
platforms.
Sam.
Hi, my name is Sam or Miss Sam on Instagram. That's where you can find me. I am a model and fashion human in the real world, and then in my spare time, I cosplay and hang out with cool nerds.
And us.
You were the cool nerds that I was.
Okay. All right. I was
I- Oh, I'm honored.
Mitch.
I'm Mitch. Some of you guys know me as Raptor Blue, and you guys are you. Just in case you didn't know, I am a teacher in the real world. Online, I am a Pan-African historian, a bit of a weirdo, a bit of a nerd, and a voice actor. You can find me at Raptor Blue on Twitch, and I'm just kind of floating around on like Discord under Blue Rummy CJ because I don't know how to market myself.
It's a mystery.
It's hard.
Yeah.
We're all just
So
trying our best.
hard.
Mm-hmm.
And Charm, last but not least.
Hello, salutations, everybody. My name is Charm. You can find me on everything as @CharmFoolery. I am a cosplayer, and I consider myself a tabletop content mercenary. If there's something to do in the AP or tabletop space, I likely have done it, or I'm about to do it, or in the middle of doing it, because I love every step along the way when it comes to tabletop games. Been doing them all my life, so here we are.
Very good. Yes, you have a fan there in the chat. Myriad says hi.
Hi, Myriad.
Okay, so now the next order of business, we got to talk about what kind of game we're playing here. So we are playing this game. It's called Big Adventure Game. It was written by this person you see before you, somehow. So if you're curious, you want to read along, as it says above my little head here on this screen, there's a link in the description. You can go to our website. You can get it for free while it's in beta if you want to read along and play it for yourself. As of this recording, we are on version 0.1.1.9. So again, if you're watching from the future, things may be a little bit different. Looping back to the reason why this show is live, it's because it's a beta test. It's because I want to keep the beta test honest and accountable. You know, if we have to retcon something, if I have to change a rule, it's all live. You can see when and why it's happening. I thought it'd be an interesting experiment to document that and not be able to just fudge things too much, you know? Or if we do fudge something, have it be accounted for and acknowledged as part of the playtesting process. Because again, it's a custom system that not a lot of people know, and it's in beta. We may occasionally pause whatever we're doing in the episode to change a rule. You know, somebody might be like, "Hey, this spell is really overpowered," or that felt useless, or this rule doesn't make sense, or so we might literally change a rule on the fly, right? In the middle of combat, whatever, depending on the situation. To explain a little bit about the vibe of the system, it's D20 fantasy, so if you've played D&D or Pathfinder, that kind of thing, you'll be familiar. I'm going to talk about in relation to D&D and Pathfinder a lot, just because most people know those. But it takes a lot of inspiration from other games. We'll talk about those as we come to them. The big thing off rip that makes it very different is that there are no strict classes. Everybody can just pick features and things like that. So you can still make traditional characters. You can make a wizard. Katie's character, as you'll see, is very traditionally a wizard that you would find in D&D or Pathfinder like that. But Meg's character, on the other hand, is a sort of a thief druid mix that's very unique and different. And the game supports both of those things. You're not necessarily benefited or punished for making one or the other. It's very freeform in that way. The magic system is very different, as you'll see. It uses points, kind of like a mana pool instead of spell slots. There's no exclusive spells, so Charm's character is a priest. she took some spells that you would expect a priest to take, you know, healing and things like that, but she's not locked out of fireball, you know, that kind of thing. She pick whatever she wants. There's a bit of a tighter power band involved, so we're going to start out stronger than a level 1 D&D character, but we're never going to get to that level 20, you know, killing dragons for breakfast kind of thing. It's balanced around just 1 to 3 plot encounters per day, as opposed to that 4 to 6 that D&D claims to be based around, but no one actually uses. It's not like a super hardcore and meat grinder of a game, but it is, you know, enemies are a little bit more of a real threat. A bandit is a real threat, you know, even to a well-trained character. The action economy, if anyone's familiar, is based on Lancer, which is a mech game, funnily enough. It's a full action, quick action thing. We'll come to that when we start fighting. And there's some notes from Pathfinder inspirations in there as well. The system has no lore baked into it inherently, but we have a setting guide. We have the Atlas of Krataris. This is the world that we're going to be playing in. I've got a whole thing here. Like the rest of the game, this is all beta. This is all subject to change, right? But if you don't like Krataris, you can go play in whatever world that you feel like. Again, if you want the details, you want to learn more about Krataris, obviously we're going to get into it as we play here, but you can read about it on the website, right? The book's free. A quick, you know, the cutscene explained it. You know, old religious empire took over the world, then monsters showed up, the empire collapsed, the religion's still around. There's witches, witch hunters, there's magical offshoots of humanity. Things are messy and chaotic. That's the world we're in here. We'll get into more details as we go. Like I said, the lore is subject to change, so if we find out that the name of some city means a funny curse word in another language, I'll change it, right? Everything is subject to change here. And the thing that this campaign is going to do that's you know, a bit different, is that after this first session is going to be pretty straightforward, you know, semi-railroady. You know, you get a job, you go do the job, you do the thing, right? But then after that, the world is going to open up to these guys, and the decisions that they make will become canon. Whatever they decide to do, they kill a monarch, they start a war, whatever, that becomes canon to the release version of the book. So even I, as the author, don't know where this is going. Right? I have some ideas, but I don't fully understand where the chips will fall in a couple of months, right? General vague content warning. You know, it's a game about fighting people. There's gonna be dead people. There's gonna be some blood. It's not gonna be super gory or anything, but you know, it's a game about fighting. People will die, that sort of thing. There's tyrants. There's bad people, right? All that sort of stuff. Nothing super hardcore though. And yeah. Maybe take a moment to check up with chat before we get started here, and also hydrate because I have been talking a lot.
Hydrate. Everyone
It's
in the
very
chat
important
also
to
hydrate.
drink water. Yeah, take your pills if you need to. Eat something while you're watching this specifically, and drink water.
Oh boy. All right. Let's see here. Cop says I actually made a character, because that is how I like to see if I'm going to try an RPG long term. Dedicated firearm skill, my beloved. Yeah. You're not going to like Krataris because it's too far back in the past, sort of vague history wise for the firearms. But again, that's the beauty of the system, right? Is you can play in a setting where you have those. Sit up straight, unlike me.
Someone said sit up straight. I was like, all right. Okay, fine, sure.
I saw this sit up straight, saw you move, was just like, oh no.
Yep. All right.
If I catch any of you shrimping, I'll know. All right.
Okay, guys, we're going to play the game now. All right.
Yeah.
So of course, yeah. Thanks again for joining us, folks. And now we will start to get into things here. I'm going to put a little bit of music
we want
on.
to say the schedule-ish of when the streams will
Yes.
happen, so people know when to return if they can't
Yes.
stick around for the entire thing.
Yeah, if you have to dip today, of course the video this will become a VOD as soon as it ends, so you can catch up right wherever you left off. And the the schedule that we're shooting for, that we're hoping for, life gets in the way. The schedule that we're shooting for is every other Monday, same time, 7:30ish.
Same
If
place.
there is any change to that, we'll tweet it. We'll put it in the YouTube community tab. We have a Discord server you can follow down in the description. I'll try to announce it on every channel that we can, if the episode's delayed or whatever, right? But otherwise, every other week on Mondays, roughly 7:30 Eastern time. That'll change with daylight New York time. And yeah, Campbell, you're drinking cranberry juice to avoid scurvy. Very good, very good.
All right.
Plus, we know everyone watching this doesn't have a life, all right?
Yeah.
We don't
Yeah,
have a life.
you guys
This
are a bunch of fucking
zero
nerds.
sugar
Come on.
summer splash.
We're all nerds, all right? I got some sweet tea
Yeah,
right
we
here.
do.
Let's keep going.
You don't want to see my water bottle.
Alrighty then. So I will now put on a little bit of background music. I don't think you guys will hear it, but people watching will.
Oh,
Let me know if that's too loud or anything. And I will now do our little monologue. So we find ourselves in a city called Ankos, which is in the country of Ybor in Imperial Province, near its capital. Give me just a moment here. Adjust the map. So you can see Ankos is all the way there on the left side of this map. The big capital of Imperia sort of occupies the middle. And now I read a little monologue. I'm gonna hydrate. I'm gonna read a little monologue. So, our story begins in the small coastal town of Ankos, not too far from Ibor's capital, Imperia. Ankos itself isn't particularly remarkable, but it is a necessary port for ships in need of a safe port on their way to or from the capital, and like any other morning, the docks are abuzz with visitors, shipwrights, and purveyors of seafood. Ankos has suffered an earthquake just a week ago, and many of its old stone buildings are temporarily held together by wooden posts, while the town's masons continue their slower work of repair. The city center, like most in Krataris, is ringed by a low stone wall built after the arrival of monsters, and a crumbling Imperial-era fort overlooks the town and the surrounding farms from a hilltop. It's winter in Ybor, and the rooftops and shady alleys between homes have accumulated a little bit of snow, but it's melting quickly on this bright, cloudless morning. As the townspeople emerge from their homes and open up their shops, the town comes to life. While people begin their workdays, a young man makes his rounds announcing the day's news. Besides the earthquake, the big talk of the past few days is an urgent request for mercenary aid from the local branch of the Inquisition. Most ignore the call, but for 5 strangers just arriving in Ankos, it's just the kind of job they're looking for. One by one, they make their way to the local church to speak with the Inquisitor in need of assistance. And that's where we will pick up with you guys. So, getting right into character introductions, I'm actually going to have you guys just roll initiative for the order that we do this in. You're not in combat or anything, but nonetheless, it's a fair enough way to do this. The way initiative works in Big Adventure Game is very simple. It's similar to how it works in D&D or Pathfinder. You're adding a stat called Reflex and a stat called Sense to a D20 roll. Katie, what is your initiative?
I rolled a 4.
All right, Meg.
Wasted a good friggin' roll on it, too. I have a 24. Sorry, a 23.
23. All right. Pretty good. Pretty
Can't
good. Sam.
I got a 7.
Okay. Mitch.
Twinsies.
Actually, I also got a 23.
Okay.
Well,
We'll come
19
around to
plus
that.
4.
Come around to that.
That's what I did.
Wins.
And Charm.
Hot 7.
Okay. Wow. Somehow there's 2 ties. So the way ties work, we'll do Mitch and Meg's tie first. Anytime there's a tie, and this includes initiative, you roll plus luck to break the tie. So give me a d20 plus luck, both of you.
Oh, dang, that's it. That's a cap right there.
You never know.
But you're both
Uh-oh.
laughing,
Just
so-
rolled a dirty 20.
I rolled a
Why
1.
am I rolling
I
so
rolled a
well?
1.
All right. So
Already.
Your character really wants to be known.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just really
Right
went
off
first.
the bat.
The opposite of what she wants.
And then Sam and Charm, same for you. You give me a d20 plus luck.
You got it. Did you
11.
believe it? Great, because mine was, did you believe it? Another 7.
Okay. Lucky number 7.
Oh, my
So Sam. Okay, great. So yes, Meg, you are first. So the scene that is set here is there's this big church in town. The local town crier has said, "Hey, mercenaries, come down here, approach the front gate, ask to speak to the Inquisition about the open bounty that they have." There's a lone guard there. Tell me about your character. What do they look like? Who doth approacheth?
Not quite doth approacheth yet, because hidden in the shadows, you'll find a tall, 5'10", slim-looking, elven woman, young for an elf, though, and with beautiful, royal, thick, bouncy curls, like those big, beautiful curls of strawberry blonde hair, flipping a dagger just in her hand, just playing with it, watching from the shadows. That is Theodosia.
Okay. Do you approach the guard, or do you wait for someone else to show up?
I'm waiting in
Okay,
the
so
shadow,
you hang
where I
All
belong.
right.
Where I belong.
Yeah, we'll get into like nitty-gritty backstory stuff as you guys get to know each other in character. But for now, just what you look like, what you do, and how you interact with the world at this immediate moment. And if you're a particular lineage that has like specific lore, talk about your lineage. Elf, you know what elves are.
Yeah, it's pretty simple.
Yeah. But then Mitch, with your other 23, you are next. Go ahead. Tell us about your guy.
All right, let's get into just a little bit of lore here real quick.
Yes.
Because due to Krataris itself, I am what is known as a Netherblood. For those who don't know, that is definitely not a tiefling. That is a legally distinct tiefling from any other system, I swear.
Is it like how you can't call a Sicilian person Italian? They are Sicilian.
Exactly.
Got it.
Exactly.
Nailed
With
it.
less threats from Wizards of the
Arguably
Coast.
less, yeah.
All right. But I'm a Netherblood. I am a powerfully built, very rotund man, but only hitting the towering peaks of 5'3", compared to most other people. And with the town crier, however, my man, we'll call him, he's very open about who he is, what he is, in fact. So we'll give him his name. It's Zephyrosian Glint is his name. And after probably a couple minutes of studying the crowd to see if there is anybody who's going to step up to the town crier, he's going to reach over and he's going to kind of tap the person right next to him and goes, "Well, be a damn shame if nobody stood up, right? I guess I'll do it." So he stands up and he's going to go approach the town crier. Get a little too close to the man in his personal space, and just kind of lean in and go, "Where is this located again exactly?"
The young man, who is a good few inches taller than you, but definitely slightly intimidated, stutters his way and points. You can see it over the buildings. There's a big steeple of the church, and he points toward that. And he says, right over there, sir. Just ask to speak with one of the guards, and they'll help you out."
Good. Hey, you taking a break yet?
Just getting started today.
Just getting started? All right. Well, look, when you get yourself out of the cold here soon, and he's going to slip him a solid, 2 silver
Okay.
in a
Erase
handshake.
that, your character sheet, but yes.
Already doing it. And with that, he's gonna pick up this big duffel bag that he's been carrying with him for a long time, toss it over his shoulder with almost no issue, and head to the steeple.
I picture it like the squires from Fallout, like the big.
You're not wrong.
Yes.
But yeah, then you head over to
everything
the
he's
church.
carrying is probably
There's like I said, there's a lone guards person standing out front. They are an inquisitor. They're wearing a chain shirt, sort of a standard medieval town guard kind of vibe. Chain shirt, spear, shield, helmet, and they have a little pin with the symbol of the clergy, just to indicate hey, that's who we work for. Do you go up and talk to them?
absolutely. no shame, no shyness sense whatsoever. He's gonna approach him, adjust his probably what he's wearing may have been an attempt at a fashion sense, where he's padding chainmail between several layers of clothes.
Hot.
But it looks more like slightly homeless looking, like he's been out in the wilderness for way too long. But he doesn't smell because he has a bar of soap that he definitely uses. This is my co-host. Hello.
It's in the inventory.
He's gonna approach the guard and go, heard you had a job for people like me.
And she perks up from just kind of dozing off on guard duty and says, "Oh, you hear about the open call for mercenaries? Yes. Very good. Wait here a moment, and I will talk to the captain and see if he's available. But just stay there for a moment, would you?"
Absolutely. Make sure you get yourself out of the cold.
Any excuse. And she goes inside. And with that, we'll then go to the next person. So, Sam, your character, you approach the church and you see Zephyrogen standing there. Tell us about your character. What do you do?
Great. So approaching the door as well is Andorra. She is a lovely human, just like you, just like me, just like everybody watching, all the folks at home. 5'8", very back hair, like immaculate. You would be forgiven to think that she is wealthy, but if you look at her long enough, you just realize, I didn't know where could that shiny. You must spend way too much time cleaning it with nice mink oil, and it's just very well kept. No hesitancy coming up to the situation, as she's been here before, and inquisitors are no consequence. But I don't think she would be standing in the cold. Is not for me. So, is it Zephyrosia?
Zephyrogen. Don't worry, you'll hear it plenty, I swear.
Why? The job is inside now. Why are you out here?
I was told to wait. You here for the job too? Obviously looking
yes, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait inside. So she's just gonna walk into the church. I'm not waiting outside in the cold.
Okay, yeah, fine. You go in, you sit like a pew in the back. No one else is in there right now. They're presumably talking in a side room somewhere. But that can be happening. And then we'll go to Charm. So Charm, same site. You see just Zephyrogen standing outside. Go ahead, introduce your character. What do you do?
Gorgeous. So my character is dressed in these like flowy robes covered with a little bit of leather, and she is a little wide for her height, and she starts approaching Zephyrogen like,
Also,
this must be.
You have like horns and shit.
Oh, I will. Don't worry.
Oh, I forgot to do that. Oh, dang.
I will.
Oh,
dang.
Don't
worry. I'm ready. And she like starts, approaching, looking very like a typical little human, coming up to this person, and slowly realizes that they are the same height, and is just kind of like, oh, well, would you look at that? How interesting. And she kind of looks him up and down, recognizing what he is as a nether blood. Would you like to describe your horns now? I'm opening the floor to you. And then I'll follow up with that.
I forgot to describe him more. No, I actually forgot to describe him more. I focused on solely his height and nothing else. And I'm opening
the floor to you. If you want to take it and take a moment for description, I'm here for you.
Exactly. I am this deep cerulean color. Got a crescent moon scar right along the side of like his face from an old probably military day, and then contrasting that, some bone white hair. He's got a beard that he's kept up in a bun, wild and all over dreadlocks, pushed behind horns that are recently grown in, and that he has capped in brass, like little brass caps.
Gorgeous. Amazing, thank you. And Rooney kind of stops. She stares at that scar for a second, and looks at the horns, and is just like, "Oh my gosh, I should cap mine. What have I been doing?" And that's when like she kind of just reaches up on her head, and she has 6 horns total. She has 3 on each side, one pair up here, and then 2 pairs that are right above the ears that kind of go backwards. And they're a slight like deep cinder, like a freshly burnt wood color. And she's just like, huh. Oh no, I didn't think that through. I should have done that. Oh, I definitely should have done that. Do your horns get cold? I didn't realize. Maybe mine are cold. I didn't think about it.
Oh, you talking to me? Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey.
I just talk to people. I'm sorry. Are you look? You don't look like a guard, but are you a guard?
Not for a long time, and you got nothing to apologize for. If
Oh.
everyone talked to everyone they, got a little interested in, it's all good.
Oh, that's fair. Thank you for being nice about it and not off-putting. Are you waiting then to go inside? And she's just like slightly shaking because it's a little cold, but at the same time,
It's
like
not that. It's like 38 today.
yeah, it's a smidge,
cold,
but she's
but,
like purposely kind of a little bit shaky. It's very obviously not real, especially noting that she has kind of red scales on her cheeks, are the only part of her skin that's exposed. And she's just kind of like, you don't. Do you know what's the deal with the job then? Or should I just go past you? Someone else went past you. Is that okay? I don't want to be rude.
Don't worry, you're not being rude.
Oh.
I was told to wait, but if people are just going inside, they might as well, right?
Well, well, they really
And to answer your question, my horns have never gotten cold. Though, if we talk about horns, I do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
You ever wake up in your own blood? That sounds a little off-putting. I'm sorry. That's not what I meant. I mean, you ever wake up with like your horns shedding?
Oh, well, yes-ish. They just need a little scrub, But
I have never.
blood-wise, I mean, yes. She kind of just like gestures vaguely to her lower half, and is just like, yeah, that's like common.
Okay, so
Glad I didn't
real quick,
misunderstand.
while you two are talking, we'll go to Katie now. Before you have a chance to decide whether you're going in or not. Katie, your turn. Your character. You can walk up. What do you do? Tell us about your character.
Nope.
Tell us what your character is, but don't tell them what your character is.
Yes.
Go ahead.
For the audience at home, I am Risen. That is my lineage. So I'm a zombie, sort of. Not really, but I'm alive again. I died, and I'm back. It's great. Part 2. Particularly paler, blue-lipped, but I am wearing a dark red lipstick, so I try to hide those traits. So you might not notice at first for my character, but you will see about 5'7", slim, very pale, very normal human-looking person, just totally a normal human-looking person, walk
Like
across
Asian
the square. For anyone that has super keen observations, you might notice that she's missing the tip of her left pinky and also a tip of her ear, but you would probably not notice that at this point because her hair is down.
You're
She's
probably wearing
blonde.
gloves and a hood. It's winter. Yeah.
Yeah. Turquoise eyes. And she walks across the square straight to the shadows. Theo. Your
Go
blonde
ahead.
hair. Your blonde hair is very bright in the sun today. You're not really in the shadows.
Theo takes the dagger that she's flipping up around, piles her hair up, and uses it as a hairpin. Better.
That's fine. You have to talk to the Inquisitor. And then I put my hood up to just be a little bit more hidden.
Okay, so yes, the two of you kind of established that you wanted to know each other for a brief time
Yes.
already in your backstories. So now that you're both here, do you approach the other two waiting outside?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got it.
So go ahead, you guys can banter for a minute, and then I'll interrupt you.
So we approach the two of you as you're discussing horns.
So yeah, that's how I kind of keep care of my horns. They used to be shaven down a lot when I was, Southern Eye-born.
Right.
That was pretty. That's to fit the helmet on.
Right. Yeah, yours
not
are
sure
way
about-
bigger.
Well, I mean, you're tall. You're almost as tall as me. Shouldn't be a problem, right?
No, I don't think so.
See?
Do
Would
you
tend to
two
wear-
have horns? And she just like looks over at the other two, like.
Zephyros has been
know.
probably
No.
yapping your ear off for a little bit.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Theo's looking at them and smiling. Not quite. Then she turns her head, and you may or may not notice it's a little extra gold jewelry in her left ear that is a little pointier
A little extra
than you
ear.
typically. A little, quite actually, a little extra ear. Big, gorgeous cuff that kind of sits on her left ear, and the pieces that drape connect into like where it would be pierced.
How she's in some fancy clothes, right?
She's in
They're
like
in leather
thief
armor, like good
leather
good
armor standard.
Hmm.
Doesn't mean she's
Uh-huh.
not carrying it with her.
Fair.
Yeah, the regal Princess Peach-ass dress is in the backpack.
100% fair.
And she looks to you and says, "In there,"
In where?
pointing to the church.
Do you need something from in there?
I'm
Ah,
assuming.
they must be here for the job.
Exactly.
Unless you
Meanwhile,
want to praise to the
inside-
god.
Sorry.
Sam, as you're sitting there in the back pew, the Inquisitor, the guard, comes out of a side door. It double takes for a second, shocked to see you there, and says, "Oh, are you here for the job as well?" Seeing that you're dressed in armor.
That I am.
Oh, all right. Stay there for a second, and then she goes past you, pops outside, back to you guys. The guard comes out and says, "Oh, good. There's more of you. Well, come on in. The captain is ready to see you now."
Oh, great.
And
Amazing, thank you.
Sort of waves with her shield arm and leads you in. You go through the church. I guess I should describe the church. That was on my to-do list. So it's sort of a big, vaguely fantasy, semi-gothic sort of church. Long room, bunch of pews, and at the front of it, where there would be, there's a big statue of the sort of primary saint of this religion, known as Saint Ashare, and she's a woman in sort of a Greco-Roman robe, very flowy. And she stands there with one arm up and one arm out. This is sort of like their sign of the cross type thing that they do. And that's how she's posed. Other than that, it's quiet in here. There's no candles lit or anything, but there's light coming in from the windows because it's daytime. And the guard leads you through the main room of the church off to a door on the left and takes you into just a simple room with a long wooden table, and at the head of the table is another Inquisitor, a middle-aged man in nicer armor, presumably the captain that she alluded to, and he's got his head buried in some paperwork. He looks stressed. He's got a bit of gray in his hair, very very rushed and worried sort of vibe about him, and the guard simply says, "Sir, they're here to see you now. These folks are interested in the open bounty." And he said, "Good. Come in. Sit, please. Sit around the table."
Brony rushes in because she feels like she's been given an order. And just immediately takes a seat and is just okay. What's
In
I have to sit in the back.
In
Yeah, Theo
contrast to
stands.
that,
Farthest
Yeah.
distance sits, hood still up.
in contrast to Charm's character, it's the whole slinging off the backpack, clang, 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 and just takes a sweet time to get over to the table, pulls up the chair, probably way more noisily than he wants to, before sitting down.
So you don't have negative reflex, right?
I have no negative reflex.
Okay.
Do you need more, like, foot space? I can slide over.
Nah, you good, little miss.
Okay,
Now, we
great.
gotta meet with the new guy, right?
Yes.
And as you guys are all getting situated, he says, if you would just give me a moment. He's like working through some paperwork. He pulls a sheet out. He says, if you all wouldn't mind, while you wait for me for a moment, please, if you would, just for formality's sake, sign your names there for the contract for payment. You can rip it up later if you don't like what I have to say, but let's just take care of that while I finish this, please. Do any of you put down a fake name? Obviously, there's no social security, right? No, it's not gonna. There's no database. It's not gonna come up. But eventually, maybe it comes back around if any of you do have an open bounty or anything like that on you. If someone else reads this piece of paper. So, who puts a fake name and what do you put? Sam, go ahead.
I will put a fake name, and it's gonna be Leah.
Okay. Anyone else?
Does having several names count?
If you're putting anything other than the name on the screen, I'd like to know. Katie, go ahead. Your hand's up.
Alina.
Okay.
It's not anything more. It's just that he writes several names down. He writes his name, then he writes his full name, and then he writes Mr. Glint.
All right. Mother of Dragons, Breaker of Chains. All right. Yeah.
That's an excellent question. Ronnie does write down a not quite accurate name.
Just
I'm
like a
trying to think of
misspelling of
what-
Roni, maybe.
Yeah, pretty. I think it's a misspelling of her last name, but the first name's different. I'm just deciding what I want that first name to be.
Meg, do you just use Theodosia and your established fake surname that you have?
Correct.
Great.
But she does it last. She's not
Sure.
crazy about signing something prior to hearing the terms, so it's very hesitant.
Roni's in the same boat where she's just like, she first passes it, and then when it comes back, she's just like, son of a...
Because she
I
knows,
guess I have to
knowing
sign
that
it
these
first.
other ones will get it because they did.
Yeah, let's go with, I don't know. Fuck. I didn't think about fake names. Let's go with...
How many ups is that? How many
Yeah.
U's is that? Like,
Is there an E at the end?
Yeah. My brain is in Warcraft mode for some reason, so all I can think of is Warcraft characters, so that's where we're going today. She's gonna put down Vriza
Okay.
as her first name.
I don't know Warcraft, so I don't know how to spell that, so I probably spelled it wrong, which works.
Perfect.
So yes, after you're done there and after he's finished writing his letter, he takes it back, sort of skims over it, and he goes, all right, very good, very good. So, as you've noticed, there has been an earthquake a couple days ago, even if you weren't in town for it. I'm sure you've seen the damage. Yes?
You didn't give us your name,
Oh,
but we wrote all of ours down.
Apologies. Captain Corvey.
Thank you. Okay. She pulls out a little book and takes notes.
Yes, like I said, earthquake. Things are, as you can see, a bit stretched thin at the moment. We are short-handed. Many of my people are busy helping in the rebuilding of things, and some of my people have been called over to the capital for something over there. Long story. So what I need from you is, since the earthquake, there has been a string of bandit killings on the road, just outside of town, south and a little bit east, towards the capital. And, well, they're a bit strange, you see. Normally it would be more the domain of the standard military to handle bandits, pirates, that sort of thing. But they turned this over to my people because, well, the bandits are described as almost feral, filled with rage, a bloodlust that you don't normally see.
There have been bandits on the road before, plenty of times. Typically, they just threaten folks, ask for their money, their cargo, whatever. It's rare that anyone gets killed. But these people have been leaving loot behind, leaving a bloody scene. So, we suspect perhaps that either the charm of a witch or a intelligent monster of some sort, or shape-shifting monster of some sort, may truly be behind this.
Don't mind if I interrupt, do you, real quick?
Please.
So, you said things are being left behind, right?
That is correct, yes, for the most part. Money.
Well, I mean, that's what I ask. Money. Bandits usually hunt for money, in my experience.
Yeah.
What about, it might sound a little morbid, bodies?
They've been leaving the bodies in gruesome condition, unfortunately, but they have been leaving them.
So they're leaving money and bodies?
Yes, the only things they do take occasionally are food, basic supplies.
Are we sure they're not just hungry?
If they were, I'm sure you could convince a cart driver to part with his bread at the end of a sword without putting the sword through.
Another question.
Okay, fair. You're not wrong.
Go ahead.
My other question, however, is weapons. That's another big question.
Their own weapons, you mean?
Have they been leaving them?
No, they keep them with them. We find crossbow bolts. The wounds generally are consistent with either crossbow bolt shots or strikes from swords.
Ah, okay. Are they leaving the weapons of the people that they kill?
Mostly. We believe there's been a few empty scabbards that we found, so we think maybe they're replacing theirs from time to time. But...
Okay. Bread and swords, got it.
Any idea how many?
Hard to say,
Is
but
it an ambush? Is it one?
they
giant
do go for
amorphous
the
one?
smaller groups. The big caravans that come all the way from Imperia, they don't go after them. They go for individual carriage drivers coming from the surrounding farms and such. So we believe them to be a small group, probably no more numerous than the 5 of you.
Yeah. Okay.
So you
So
want us
we're-
to pose as a group and hope the bandits attack us?
Well, I'd like you to head down the road, find perhaps their most recent attack site, and follow their trail. Figure out what's going on if you can, but ultimately put a stop to it, really.
By any means necessary, or do we need to bring one of them in?
Mm-hmm.
If you believe there's a thread to follow there and it's worthwhile and you can pull it off, go ahead, but I am more concerned with the safety of the people traveling along my road than with knowing exactly what is going on here. I would prefer that
course.
things be taken care of.
Death it is.
Permission to kill.
Oh.
Want it? Let me just make sure. And of course, your reward for this will be 300 silver to be shared amongst you, if that's agreeable. For mechanical.
Theodo's just
gameplay
trying to do
reference,
math in her head.
Yeah.
1 silver is 1 money.
Mm-hmm.
That's the baseline currency.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
One last question, if you don't mind me interrupting. Senior Inquisitor? That's a
Just-
proper way to
just
respond to
Captain
you?
is fine.
Captain Inquisitor, got it.
Perfect.
What about civilians? The people, farmers? Have they been attacked?
Only the ones driving the carriages themselves. Farmhands are generally the ones who have been reporting seeing this. They've been hiding in the crops. It's winter. They're mostly just out there cleaning, not really farming anything at the moment. But they hide in the dirt where they can and report these things back to us.
How are the carriages left? Are they destroyed or are they back fine? Like, can they be used still?
It's a mix. Sometimes they come back damaged, sometimes they don't. Usually at least a scratch or two, but... Just
make sure I got all
500.
my points.
Theo looks at him and says 5.
100 each. It makes it more fair, more worth our time.
Finally finished the math and was like,
Do you want to try to negotiate more money? That'll be a persuasion. That'll be a
I
persuasion.
can do that.
No deep mechanical thing to explain here. It's a d20 plus charisma plus persuasion training. Go ahead.
Gonna be a 19.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right. He's like, and he's like, and he rifles through some papers, crosses some things out. All right. We can do 5. We can manage that. But yes, I think we can manage that.
I don't mean to push on her offer. Her is the proper way to respond to you, correct?
She gives you a little nod. Yes.
When we come back to town, however, we're going to need some places to sleep, some baths, all that sort of thing. Think the Inquisition's willing to cover that? We are risking our lives for you, after all.
Roll another persuasion check. I mean, they are paying you. Inns aren't that expensive, but
18.
Okay.
We're bleeding you dry early on.
Yeah.
You gave me the option to max out persuasion, and I did.
Yes. We can put you up in an inn for a night or two. Get you rested. But otherwise, any more questions about the actual mission here?
Any witnesses?
Other than the farmhands who have been reporting it, no, just people watching it from a distance, hiding, again, seeing these bandits act very excessively aggressively.
Yeah, and they were described as being feral by the farmhands.
Right.
My notes specifically say, bloodlusting bandits biased against drivers and carriages.
I was hoping you'd keep
I think
the
it's-
alliteration going.
I
That's a
wanted
very
to, but there
accurate
wasn't a
description.
good B.
Bandwagons.
Bandwagon, you're so right.
Bandwagons, yep, there you go.
It is.
For bread
Dang.
and bludgeoning
Dang.
weapons.
Bread and blades.
Breppins?
Bread and blades. Done.
Bread and blade. I know. I don't want to use all my high rolls yet. What is happening?
And with that, you guys can leave the church and start heading out. While we take a little, catch up with chat break, do you guys need to do anything in town? Anything you need to buy or anything before you hit the road? It's just a couple hours out of town. You might have to make a camp out there tonight, but then you could make it back the next day, depending. Anything you need to take care of in town, or are we hitting the road?
I have some questions for the party.
Yeah, you guys can banter
Once
with each
we
other
leave
in
the church.
Yeah, you guys can banter right outside church if you want to do that. Go ahead.
I mean, do you want me to wait till after the church banter before I say anything?
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. So, what does everyone do?
That's a vague question.
Well, I mean, mercenaries obviously is pretty vague, but if we're gonna work together, I was kind of figuring, what do you do so we can best support each other? Like allies, if that's okay.
What is it that you do? You
What I do?
share First.
Oh, yes, of course. What's the word I'm looking for? I help. I am an uplifter. I like to make sure that my party is in the best position to do the thing that they need to do, so that way I can research and read and acquire information and not be in the way whatsoever. That's probably pretty vague. I also have a scythe. It's technically my dad's, but I can cut a person too.
That is
If you
also
wanted it.
remarkably ominous.
Well, when you leave, sometimes you take things.
You aren't beating the ominous allegations there.
Oh, well, I mean, it was his favorite, and he gifted it to me when I left home. That's it. Should I not have carried it? Oh my god.
No, it's a sweet gift. Keep it tight.
Thank you.
Now the question is, can you use it?
Oh, well,
I don't doubt you. I'm pretty sure you could.
yes.
There's no reason to take it otherwise.
Exactly. And I mean, I can use it. No, it's just you swing real wide, just like grass. And how hard can it be to miss a person? They're way wider than grass.
Exactly. No, I was, well, best way to phrase it is that I'm well trained and this sort of job is not unusual to me.
You do all
You
see
need
him
someone up-
carrying a 7-foot-long halberd, for the record.
Exactly.
That's good, because this kind of job is not mine. I'm usually I go find old things. This is different.
Ah,
I
but
need
steady
more
research too, right?
Yeah.
Exactly what we need too.
Mm-hmm.
Feral bandits are unusual as is.
Exactly. What makes them feral? Why would they be feral? That's for dogs.
I mean, there are worse things than dogs out there, but
Exactly.
While the two of them are chit-chatting,
Yeah.
is there something on one of them that I could just nip just to show them exactly why I'm here?
I would say yes.
Yeah, you have a bunch
I
of
would
like,
say yeah.
doodads and trinkets, right?
Yeah, trinkets, doodads, the buckler that's like hanging off like his sash and belt.
If you want to give me, Meg, if you want to give me a fine motor check, that's like our sleight of hand equivalent skill.
Ooh, okay. Almost really, really good. But that is a 12? Not great.
Well,
Wonderful.
if I have this right on my document here, Zephyr Origins passive detection is 12. And,
It is 12.
And in Big Adventure Game, ties go to the defender. And the guy being stolen from is the defender. So you almost get it. It's most of the way off the hook when Zephyr Origins, you feel it. You feel it about to come off, and you look and turn. And
Kind of
see
playing
the-
into. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I realize I also have the feature which might be playing into this. Always alert.
I don't think that helps in this specific instance.
It just means I can take a reaction on the first round.
Sure, but yeah, nonetheless, you see it happening. How?
Yeah,
what do you say
yeah.
to that?
It's more like a very gentle reaching around and a warning grasp around the wrist as he turns on his heels and goes like, "That'd be very impressive." I'm sure if it was anyone else, you would have gotten away with it.
No, I cut
then
her
just-
throat the time she tried to steal from me.
Just shows a small scar over her collarbone and be.
And you thought I was ominous.
Is there any bad blood that I should be aware of?
No, I think she's cute and can steal things. She has proven in the month or two I've known her that she can steal. Most of the time. So, she is useful.
I
Fair enough.
prefer to stick to the shadows.
And with that, he'll give the Roman kind of handshake where it's all the way up to the elbow.
Ah. And she knows how to do it a little too well. She knows exactly what you meant.
Well, now,
Cool.
so that explains you. You don't mind if I point you out a little bit there, the one in the hood.
That could be.
I think we're
Both of you in the
I think
hood.
we're
How
both
about
in the
I'll rephrase it? You two.
The hoods
That-
are
Both
everywhere.
Probably
hoods
three-
getting
the
very
three of
far
them.
away from each other.
Mhm.
Well, judging by what I've just seen, generally when somebody steals something from somebody, I would put them in jail, but not anymore and not today, so.
And likewise, you do also see, speak of big obvious weapons, Pandora is carrying a long bow. So you can refer to that as well.
Okay. All right.
And the other one.
I help people deal with problems.
Wait,
So do
that's
I.
my thing.
So do I, but I'm assuming differently.
Not kindly, but kindly.
You know, I help people take care of problems. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a troubleshoot, you know what I'm saying? Like,
No way.
Hey.
I'm useful. You'll find me useful.
Okay. Well, I would
Well,
hope
enough.
so.
enough ominous things. Let's do a little more introduction, shall we? I'm Zephyr Glint.
yes.
You can call me Mr. Glint if you want to. If you're really friends, you can call me Zeffy.
Mr. Glint. I like it.
Okay. Okay.
And the
Are
rest
you
of you
writing down
are.
everybody's name?
Well, I mean, how else am I supposed to remember them all?
You have a brain.
Yes? And sometimes there's a lot of information in there that needs to be accessed very quickly, and sometimes I don't have room for every person's regular normal little name. Sometimes I have room for more important things.
Fair enough.
Real quick, guys, just for time, get through names and intros, and then we'll take our first little break before we hit the road.
You got it. Oh, I almost wrote my own
I'm
name down.
Machia.
Mr. Glint, you can call me Pandora.
Machia?
You can say Maya for short.
I just wanted to make sure I
Machia.
got the...
Yeah.
M.A. Flem.
M.A.
You always say it harder the first time when you're learning, and then you can start to soften it. Have none of you learned a new language before?
I have learned a few.
I've tried.
I'm actually really bad at languages.
Me, a former language student.
My wife's family is all Polish, and I know like 20 words.
Nice. Okay. Zephyrjin, Machia. Someone else said a name. I'm so sorry.
That's be Pandora, right?
You got it, Mr. Glint.
Andorra is the guard? Said you used to throw people in
Sure.
jail, so...
You always call her a cop?
Well,
Yeah, that word would be around. yeah.
Charm lives in real life.
And that
You've
just
assessed
leaves
correctly.
that just leaves you, doesn't it?
Ooh, yeah, I'm Roni. Is that too fast? I'm sorry. I can say it slower.
Roni.
That helps.
Rooney? Roddy?
Roni.
Roni.
Like rowing a boat and the
Mm.
knee that is in your leg.
Yes, which is very easy to hit with a scythe. Full circle.
All right. Very good, very good. So, I'm gonna put us on break mode here on the stream for 5 minutes tops. We'll all, if anybody needs to go to the bathroom or anything, we'll take care of that. And when we come back, we will catch up on chat and then hit the road, and then probably fight something and actually learn how to play the game. But we will be right back. Stick around for a couple of minutes. All right, we are back. Hello, everybody. Like I said, we're going to take just a couple of moments here to catch up on some chat messages. Right before we went into a bunch of role-playing and everything, Myriad asked a question for next chat break. Alex, where do you source your music? I am using tabletopaudio.com. Great resource. Everything on there is free and not like in YouTube's copyright thing. They ask that you credit them, of course, but yeah, it's all open source. Great resource. I use it in the podcast too. You can like download them and put them in videos. But right now I just have it playing in a tab in Chrome. Let's see. Short King. Banter about soap. Brains. Because brains. Yeah, definitely check it out. It's super useful. Let's see.
So how about that weather?
Yeah, how about that?
Don't even. I do not have an AC in this room, and I cannot turn on a fan.
I have it on
my microphone and my green
Child.
screen. That's why when I got up, I was just standing in front of our AC like, yes.
Discord does have some noise cancellation.
Not enough for how hot it is.
Genuinely surprised none of you can hear my AC. It's like 2 feet that way.
Good.
Yeah, I tried. I actually, I briefly had a fan, right in my doorway, and it was just 10 feet away, and yet.
I don't think you guys will be able to hear it, but I
No.
apologize if you hear my husband screaming because he's playing Elden Ring and he's dying. So
Oh,
he's
yeah,
really mad.
well, he's playing Elden Ring, so.
Maybe after the
I
show.
opened
hop
the
on,
door
help
and
you
I heard
Is he playing the DLC? Because I just beat that, and that was 6
Dude,
hours
fuck
of
that
me
final
dying
boss.
to the final boss.
He is, and in the beginning, we were having fun, and it was flirty, and it was cute, and we were killing things, and then all of a sudden, we were not.
Yep.
We were done, and now we're mad.
Yeah, that's fair. Me after a couple hours of Overwatch with my friends.
All right. That's all the big questions in chat. We do appreciate you guys hanging out and bantering. It's very funny.
Yes, thank you.
My jersey is always showing.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that, we hit the road, and I start talking about gameplay, because we are in fact playing a game. So, in the player's handbook here, we have some pretty basic travel rules that I am scrolling down to try to remember what page they're on. Almost.
Don't you have your own book memorized?
122.
Thank you. I was almost there. There it is.
Wilderness travel.
Yes.
I literally have table contents open. I'm helping.
Yeah, that would have been smart. Oh yeah. So, let me actually show you guys the map first. For
Let's do
stream.
this.
So, we are in, like I said at the beginning, we are in the town of Ankos. They want you to go east and southeast on this road, find where these bandits are, and then presumably head south into the denser part of the woods, the Dorius woods there, to figure out where they are hiding out. I'm going to play very fast and loose with distances, because it's beta and the scale of this map might change. So I'm just going to say that wherever they are, you can get there in about a day, and you can get back in about a day.
Gorgeous.
Just for the sake of ease for testing, once the game's actually out, this will be a better scale. Nope, not here. So, to travel, there are roles that you guys take on. There are some jobs that you do as you travel, and if there is no danger, failing on these roles has no consequences. So the roles are Navigator/Tracker, Scout, Lookout, Carrier, and Forager. A navigator tracker is what it sounds like. If you're following a trail or navigating through some difficult, unmapped terrain, you'll need someone to roll that. You guys are following a road for now, so don't worry about that. The scout stays ahead of the rest of the party and reports back any dangers in front of you. That's probably a good idea, because you know you're walking into potential danger here. Someone should take on the scout role. Lookout keeps an eye for dangers from behind and above. Never hurts to have someone take the lookout job. Carrier carries anything that is too heavy for normal carrying capacity, or like an unconscious teammate or something. You don't need one of those right now. And the Forager looks for food and shelter and that sort of thing. while you're on the road, you guys aren't going to need that. So you guys really only need right now a lookout and a scout. You can double up on those rolls or triple up, as you like. And as long as one of you succeeds, then you're good. So let me know based on that. So the scout rolls stealth, the lookout rolls detection. Who wants to do what?
I could help with
I
lookout,
can
but
do
I only have a
lookout.
detection of 2, so I would offer
I
to be
can
carrier.
detect the
Yeah. I mean, it never hurts to just have extra people rolling. Let me switch back to you.
Yeah. My detection modifier is 5, so I shall
Okay,
detect.
then I'll help out with detection.
We shall detect. There.
Let's do this.
Just stealth over here.
Okay, so everybody who is rolling for the potential to completely fail all of these at once in a particular scenario and have a real fun time. Yeah, it's possible. If there's no danger, failure has no consequence. It doesn't generate danger. But so lookouts, go ahead and roll detection
This
checks for me.
All right, here we go.
Look.
Ready?
I just got a nat 20.
Hey!
Hey!
No, you did it!
I
Yes!
did. I did.
Noise.
See
Oh, you can't see
Well,
it
that
because you
definitely
can't
You
see
can
it.
see it. We do
You
love
can?
to see it.
Almost. Nice.
Amazing.
Focus.
I mean, I'm not going to beat that, so. But I
Yes.
did get a 13.
So you do a good job looking out. Scouts, give me your rolls.
First nat 20 of the game, baby.
A 24.
Definitely good enough as well. Yeah, so the threshold for full success on all of these is 20. 10 through 20 is like a partial success, and then under 10 is a failure. So yes, you guys have succeeded on your things. Lookouts, you don't detect any dangers from behind or above. It's a nice clear day. But scouts, and this is where I switch us over to combat map situation here. Let me whoop you guys over there, and then
Oh.
so
Something
Hey.
is happening.
who were scouts? Myuu and Theodosia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. I haven't yet used this in brain. I have to
Who am I?
reload. It's telling me to reload.
How do we play this game?
How do I do this?
What's a
is that?
game?
What's a map?
Yeah, but where do you learn magic?
Where do you learn magic?
Where learn
We're
magic?
do magic.
For those that didn't watch our episode 0,
Got
that
it.
is one of the notes Alex asked a few of us. Where learn magic?
Colin, travel by sea is not safer and faster. We are going to a forest.
Then it would definitely be safer and faster because we wouldn't have to go through the
You
forest.
just wouldn't be
Exactly.
there.
Yeah.
Theoretically, if we avoid the entire forest, we'll be
See?
fine.
So,
Big brain.
the two of you who are scouting ahead, this map is not representative of everything right now, but you scout, 100 or 200 feet ahead, and sure enough, you do see a pretty recent-looking scene of some amount of carnage. There is a horse and a dude dead here in the road, a partially destroyed carriage with a couple of crates open. You can't make out what's in them from dead on. But you see that, and you guys can... Actually, let me do something real quick while you guys are there. Okay.
To distract real quick, Alex.
Yeah.
If you look at the little minis we have, you'll notice
Oh,
great
yes. I made
detail.
little custom minis
Put it
for
in
let
that.
me zoom in on that.
Yeah.
There's a tombstone, if you haven't
No,
noticed.
tombstone.
Yes.
Little
Yeah,
tombstone.
Theodosia's got a little elf ears. Mahi's got a little tombstone. She's undead. Zephyr has his horns and his scar. Bernie has her horns and her scales. And Pandora has the darkness of her hood and her longbow.
I like that you tried to give me something, even though I had nothing, and I appreciate
Listen,
it.
us humans were just so boring.
Just need a cool hat.
Get one of the big the wide brim hats going all the way
Yeah.
around. Bigger than you are wide.
Very gunslinger.
Yes.
So, you guys who are scouting ahead, you see this scene. I have had the bandits roll stealth against your passive detections, which I have written down. And 2 of them did bad. So ignore the fact that there are 10 minis up in the corner. Those are they're just there. There's not actually 10 dudes.
Yeah, definitely.
Ominous number up in the corner.
You guys
only
said
5
I
of
was
us.
ominous. Look
Yeah.
at this.
But you guys up ahead, you spot 2 of them. So there's at least 2 hiding in the woods off the south side of the road. You then go back and report that to the party, and you guys can kind of decide how to proceed here. So there's at least 2 bandits hiding in the woods there. Yeah, what do?
There's 2 bandits in the woods.
Spotted them?
Theodosia, myself. There's 2 bandits in the woods.
Oh, 2. Okay, that's way better than 5.
Well, there's 2, there's more.
Exactly. Don't get too happy.
They're
They
not
travel in
nice.
packs.
Only
Oh.
2 are near the tree line. Right near the cart and the dead bodies.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well, here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
To the rest of the group, I suppose, is for everybody. You do want to talk to these guys. Bandits are
The
usually
ones hiding in the tree
amenable.
away from us?
Well, if there's 2, there's more, right? We call out these 2. The rest of them are either likely to kill us or come out of hiding.
Do you want to use the first 2 as bait?
We're already being used as bait, so why not?
It's not a bad idea.
You want to try to talk to them?
Well,
Peaceful resolution?
I'll be
no,
honest.
not peaceful resolution. We use
Oh.
them to get the others to come and show themselves. Everybody is dying. They are feral monsters.
Well, I was gonna say
Everybody is
otherwise,
dying.
but
Like,
everybody dies. Welcome to the party. Everyone dies. I was gonna say we could try to talk to them.
And what
It's
if
not always
Oh.
that we get the full. Well, in my experience,
there's
not
still gonna
always
be
we
a
get the full
person in there?
experience, the full details from somebody. Exactly. There could be a person in there, or could be wild monsters that would just want to eat our insides or lay eggs on our insides. I've seen that happen.
Well,
that's
Okay.
a story.
Wait,
Yeah.
that's the what?
Levitate.
I
yeah,
don't
that
think-
sounds right.
I don't
That
think
sounds
that's a conversation we have right now.
We
Over
are going
drink,
to put a pin
sure.
in it, and we are coming back to this conversation later.
Exactly.
How do we engage the bandits?
Oh, Mr. Glint, maybe if you and somebody else who's gifted in Gab wants to go forward, and maybe if they're hiding, some of us can hide, so it's like kind of even, and then we don't get ambushed and die.
I wouldn't feel comfortable asking the rest of you to go out and walk in public, or walk out and potential
In
fire
public?
In public.
Not
Oh
that
God!
embarrassing.
I mean, some of you, and he's gonna reach over and kind of tap Ronnie's shoulder.
What?
Some of you are rather spindly looking.
Well, I'm wearing clothes. You have no idea. I could be very thick, indeed.
I can only hope.
You also seem likable. So I was gonna say you seem to be likable if people were talking to you, and Mr. Glint clearly likes to talk as well. So maybe the 2 ones who could
Sure.
well,
I would
you
hope
go,
so.
and then the 3 of us can just hide in a tree somewhere. And I promise you that if it comes behind you, I'll kill it.
Oh, well, with a promise like that.
Tell you what, how about we do this? Good plan on what we're doing. Ronnie and we'll go up, we'll try and talk. We know where 2 of them are, right?
Yeah.
How about the rest of you be all sneaky like and get up behind them just in case?
You want us to go into the
We
trees?
should think of a.
Yes, we called that the Olivier maneuver when I came from the south. We had a couple people acting as
Sure.
bait. The rest of them would sneak behind enemy lines.
Well, go sneak then.
You should have some sort of signal, so if it can't hear you, and they start calling names, then you should cluck like a
Screaming
chicken
works.
or something, and then.
All right, so
I mean,
So how about this? So the two people with horns want to walk forward and call out to them. Yes.
Exactly.
Okay, and then the other three of you want to flank via the trees. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seems so.
And if you're in trouble, I want you to cluck like a chicken.
Like a chicken? Okay.
I'll slip that into every conversation that I possibly could.
You got it.
If you guys have control of your tokens here, you can position yourselves more specifically as you like.
All right.
I feel like if I do that, my computer's gonna explode.
I sure hope not.
Ronnie, which one of us wants to do the talking first?
Oh, that's all you. I just didn't want to
that's
argue
cool.
when they said I was good at talking.
Are you good at talking?
Absolutely not.
Oh, well, I guess I'll go ahead and
But
take
I
that
know
role
things,
then.
so I will back you up.
Everyone has their place
We're already testing ranges.
that I've learned. So, Zephyrosion's going to walk forward probably about 2 squares.
Real quick,
And while
if I
he's
may,
doing it-
before
oh, go ahead.
you
Yeah,
do
absolutely.
that, well, you can move if you want to move, but the three of you in the woods, if you could roll stealth for me, that would be good.
That's important.
Yeah, I would say a little important.
24.
That's pretty good.
22.
Oh, my modifiers.
It's pretty good.
Oh, man, I'm actually really good at
17.
stealth. Holy crap.
Okay, I believe you all did
I
good
am.
enough.
I rolled bad though.
Is it great?
17 though, you said?
Yeah, Alex, I rolled a 7. Okay.
Oh, well, yeah, but that's fine.
You
Yeah.
did great.
Rub-
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what your
Rub it
character's
in.
good at, so you're good at it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going scrolling down at their stats. Like, yeah, you beat their passive detection. And actually, because you're sort of among them up in the woods now, you realize that there's 2 more that you didn't detect your first time around. They are a little farther back, but
Oh,
they
dang.
are there.
Well, we don't know about this.
Nope,
so
we sure don't.
I
You
can
two out
only
there don't know.
do...
You still think there are 2 bandits. The 3 of you in the
Sold.
trees now know that there are 4. And so the descriptions real quick. So they are human. You know, not obviously monstrous or anything, but they do look disheveled, unkempt, tired, a bit baggy around the eyes, hair messy. You know, they're wearing leather armor. They have crossbows and like cutlasses, like you know, the scimitar type sword.
Oh, now I see why they should be stealing soap.
Absolutely. Turns out getting washed properly is the best way to connect with people.
They're just mad because they're stinky.
That's it. That's why I keep
They
my
got some
pomander.
swamp ass going on, like... Yes, Zephyrosion's can take it. Oh, I'm on the wrong tab. Whoopsie doopsie.
Okay.
Zephyrosion's about 2 steps forward, or I guess 2 squares forward.
10 feet.
And
yeah.
while doing it, he's going to kind of call out to them. I know you're there. More than 2 of you, in fact. I want to give you an opportunity to come out and talk before we get you surrounded. Because it's already done. I don't think you're some wild monsters, but I'm not sure the rest of my compatriots believe that. Want to give you that one chance.
All right. As you do that, a crossbow bolt flies in your direction and lands in the dirt between your feet. I rolled bad to hit you. Roll initiative, everyone.
Oh, got it, nailed it.
All right.
All right, got
solved.
missed. There goes all my good rolls.
I'll ask you for those in a second.
Okay.
I'm just putting my guys down. Okay, Katie.
20.
Okay. Meg.
17.
All right. Sam.
Also 17.
Okay. Mitch.
While I'm drinking water, of course. That is a total of, I rolled a 5. So that's a total of 9.
All right.
Hot 9.
And Charm.
21.
Okay. Sam and Meg, who rolled 17s, roll plus luck. D20 plus luck to break the tie.
21.
18.
Okay. Meg
You
gets
go
the
first.
tiebreaker. Let me look at our order here, and then let me switch music to something a little more fighty for the audience.
Just punching
I
sound.
will pretend to hear it.
Wow.
Someone hum really aggressively.
I don't think the Doom soundtrack would necessarily fit here.
No, probably a little bit much.
I'm glad you
No,
went
come
there,
on. The
'cause
Doom soundtrack is always the right
gonna-
call.
It really
It's always
is.
That's
Once,
fair.
once it's finally my turn, that's when the Doom soundtrack starts.
This track is just called Vikings. That feels a little more appropriate. Let's just go with that.
But we're not even on the sea.
All right, again,
Gorgeous.
chat, let me know if music sounds too quiet or too loud. But other than that, turn order. Bandit number 4 got a 22 on his initiative.
Oh, dang.
So he's going to do some
Damn.
movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I should
Kill
say at the
them
top,
first.
now that we are in a combat, I should explain the action economy. So this is the entire action structure big adventure game. It's in the book 2 times, just so it's extra clear. So when combat starts, roll initiative. You get that. On your turn, you can move a distance up to your speed. Most creatures, it's 30, so 5-foot spaces. That's like 6 spaces of movement generally. And you can take either 1 full action or 2 quick actions. And there's a big list of these actions. We'll come to them as we get to them. And then free actions. You can break that up with movement as you like. And attacking is a quick action that anyone can do twice. Anyone can attack twice if they want to. If you use both actions to attack, the second one is at disadvantage. There's a feature to overcome that, so that's like our extra attack equivalent. But otherwise, everyone can attack twice, unless you have to reload a crossbow or something. And you just have disadvantage on the second attack, because it's not that hard to swing a sword twice in 6 seconds, but it is hard to do so accurately. And then there's a mechanic called rushing, where after you've resolved your normal actions, you can take another action, you gain a point of exhaustion, and you can take another quick action. That's more for when you're in emergencies, and then of course we have reactions. So that's the whole action economy there. Back to the combat screen. So this bandit, whose turn it is, he is going to take his movement. God, I keep changing tabs. I have so many tabs. All right. He's going to take his first movement to get about there. And then he's going to use an action called the sprint action, where you just get 20 more feet of movement to come to the edge of the tree line here, because he's not aware of you guys on the side here still. And he's also going to attempt, he's going to use his other quick action to attempt to fire at Sephiroth. That I might have rolled to hit you. What is your armor?
18. 18.
I rolled a 19, so I have in fact hit you with
All right, let's do this.
a light
Let's
crossbow
go.
for 5 piercing damage.
Ah,
Yo,
that's all. I have a lot of health.
You do have a
alright?
good chunk of health. You have like 43.
And that was the number 1?
That was
bandit?
number 4.
Number 4. Okay.
Yeah, I have random initiative. And that is his turn. He's not going to rush or anything. Then it is Roni's turn.
Hi, great, amazing. Roni, she's like,
You're now
Pulls
aware
out-
of 3 bandits.
yeah, that's more. She just kind of touches her scythe and is just like, oh no, this is not what we, great, okay, cool. And then she just instead of pulling out a weapon, she just reaches over and just double-handed touches Sephiroth on the back. And she is going to use a quick action with one of her features that is called Grace of the Gods.
Okay.
I touch a creature other than myself and granted a blessing. That creature gains one of the following benefits of my choice. So I could touch a giant creature and it will stabilize, loses all its death points, which I'm sure we'll get into if it comes up, and they don't gain hit
not.
points but be stabilized. But instead, I'm going to use the other option here, which is increasing my target's AV by 2.
Okay.
And
Oh, dang.
that lasts an hour, or until
use
you
it on
die,
something
or I use it again.
else. Yeah, so you
So
you-
don't
you-
die.
She's giving you a blessing. You have 2 more armor value.
Yup.
Oh, Well, now I'm fucking immortal. All right.
You have a thin veneer of magic glow around you. But you have another quick action charm. What would you like to do?
I sure do, and I think she's going to take on a defensive posture and move towards this this busted caravan here with some of her movement.
Sure.
And she's going to be way focused on investigating exactly the situation on this caravan and
You
not
can get all the way
fighting.
behind it if you want.
Oh, sure, yeah, hell yeah.
You have enough movement.
Cool. Cool. Then that's me.
And your other quick action is defend, you said?
Defend,
Okay,
yes.
so that
So
also
I'm gonna
that gives
assume
you a 1-round armor value bonus. And you've also
Yep.
got partial cover here, so yes, you're very hard to hit right now.
Yay!
Then it is Katie, Mahia's turn.
Hello. I
You have the
I'm
drop
gonna-
on these guys.
do. So, if I'm remembering the symbols correct, Death Mark is a quick action.
Yes.
You said if I
Pretty sure.
attack twice, the second one's at disadvantage.
If you attack
Could
twice-
I do that twice?
Can you do Death Mark twice? Let me see.
Because it's not quite an attack. It's more of a.
It's a
fuck you.
spell. It's objectively not an attack.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that doesn't say like, oh, you can only have one active at a time,
I-
or But if it doesn't, you can have two going.
I don't think unless I missed it.
I only see a creature can only be affected by one death
Right,
mark
you
at a
can't
time.
put
For
it
reference,
on-
page 38.
You can put it on two
Yeah, yeah,
creatures
yeah.
if you want, but
Yeah.
you can't put it on
Yeah.
2 on one creature.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put it on 1 and 4. So the first one first.
Okay. What does Death Mark look like for you? Like, what does this spell look like?
I point very ominously, and it creates the black rune on their forehead.
Okay, so number 1 and number 4, they've been cursed to take more damage when they take damage, basically.
Yes.
And you spend your spell points to do that.
Yes.
And do you move or anything?
Nope.
Okay.
I stay right where I am.
Bandit number 3, who's now aware of people to his left, has enough movement to reach Pandora and swing with his scimitar-like sword. That's definitely a miss. Don't even want to know about that. And then he makes a second attack at disadvantage. Maybe. What's your armor, Sam? I gotta find it.
It is
That's a great
number.
question, Alex.
It's in the top of the
It does in
character sheet,
fact
top left
exist.
AV. It should be, if you're wearing leather armor, it should be 11 plus your reflex. But I rolled a total of
It's directly under initiative armor on the character sheet.
God,
if that
I rolled a
helps.
15 to hit you.
I didn't add it, so I think that was a problem.
Yeah, it's 11 plus your reflex.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my reflex is high, so you miss.
Oh.
So it's
It's 16.
16.
16. Okay, so yes, I miss
Sorry.
you. And that's his turn, and then Meg, it's Theodosia's turn.
Awesome. I see. Whoa. Sorry, I don't use this one as Roll20 as much,
Yeah.
so forgive me if I'm messing anything up.
You're fine. You just click on your little person and then arrow keys.
Oh, I can use arrow keys?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh.
It
Look at that.
changed
There you go.
my life.
Look at me move. Head over
Human.
to number 3 with daggers in hand.
Okay, we'll
And
get
try
into how
to-
dual wielding works, but go ahead, make your first dagger attack with your main hand.
With ooh, modifiers next. Nuggets. Math 13.
No, 13 is a miss.
Crap.
Um,
She stumbles as she tries to get over.
but when you are dual wielding, you can attack with your offhand once per turn as a free action. So go ahead and roll your left hand stab.
Okay, and this is not the
This is-
secondary one
This is
at
not a
disadvantage.
disadvantage. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Does a 21 hit?
that hits.
Get
You don't
it,
add
Jay.
your left-handed to left-handed
Yeet.
swings unless you have a feature
Okay.
for it. So just give me the D4.
Okay. Ooh, cocked.
Just honor the cock.
3.
Honor the cock. You must
Okay,
honor
3
the
damage
cock.
to bandit number
It
3.
was like in point up like this.
And you do have
Okay, I guess can't
another.
honor that one.
You have another quick action.
Yes.
You can either swing your main hand again at disadvantage or do something else.
Yeah. Let's do just another shot with the dagger.
Sure.
Does a 19 hit?
Yes. This you do add your strength to because it's your dominant arm.
Great. So it's gonna be 6 in total.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you give him 2 quick slashes. It looks like it hurts him pretty bad, as you'd expect. He's not some sort of strange magical construct. He's a guy, and he's bleeding. As you would expect. God, turn order. Then, Sam, it's your turn. It's Pandora's turn. You have this dude right next to you. What would you like to do?
Yeah. So I'm going to hit him because I imagine, obviously, the short is not going to work in this scenario of him being in my face. So I too am going to stab him with daggers.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
what are we adding for the modifier to hit?
Your light melee, your whole modifier. So your strength
Light.
plus your light melee.
Right.
Alternatively, you
Oh,
could
which
back
is
up
not
and shoot
great.
with the bow. He would get an attack of opportunity, but he might miss.
I'm gonna do that. So no, I don't like opportunity attacks. They make me
But
stress
other
me
people
out.
in the chat like he's a guy. and he's
16.
bleeding.
I mean, it's slightly better than honor the cock.
16 to dagger. Is that what that is?
16 to dagger.
Yes, that is a hit.
Okay, so that
That's a D4 plus your
was
strength.
it a D4? Four. That is a 4.
4, you said?
A 3 plus a 1 is a 4. Yeah.
Great.
Massive
You do
nine.
have. Are you dual wielding? Do you have 2 daggers?
I do have 2.
Okay,
so
then
I will
make another attack as
try
a
with
free
the
action.
other one. Okay.
You just won't add your strength
So
if it hits, but
oh, that's gonna be a 9.
yeah, that misses. But then if
Yep,
you'd like
fair
to
enough.
use your other quick action for something else, or you can make another attack with your primary hand at disadvantage.
Let's hit him again.
Okay.
Disadvantage, right?
Yep. For anyone
Oh,
listening,
well,
advantage
those
and
both
disadvantage
missed.
work the same as they do in 5e. That's basically copied. Okay. All right. Chipping away at him. Mitch, Zephyr Ocean's turn.
Zephyr Origins. So it's number 2. It was this guy right here. Right? Number 2?
Number
one,
4 is the one that
Well,
shot at you.
Yeah, number
4.
4 is the guy who just shot at you. Number 1 was the guy who
All
fired
right.
the first crossbow bolt that missed you. And number 1 and number 4 have both been cursed by Mahia to take more damage.
Well, number 4 or number 1, he can relax a little bit because he's not he's not in my crosshairs. But number 4 is though.
Mhm.
You know, shrugging his shoulders. You know, with leaving the crossbow bolt in, he's gonna make sure his halberd is a full appearance and go like, "You had one shot, and it didn't work."
And you
And I have
charge
10
it.
feet, right? It's over here, right? 10 feet
Oh,
of
reach?
range to
Yeah,
attack?
yeah, you can poke him from a square away. Yeah, with the halberd.
from
It's got reach.
here. Okay.
Oh, hot.
Not that I necessarily am afraid of getting up close to him, but halberd does more damage than my sword does. So I'm gonna run up to that point, right in range, full halberd. We're gonna do a quick action.
yeah,
I
go
guess
ahead.
first half action. We're gonna make that swing at plus 10.
Go for it.
There's a 22 hit.
It does indeed. For your damage, tack on an extra D4 for the curse that's been applied to him.
A D4, you said, right?
Yeah, an
Yo.
extra D4. So it's,
All
it's
right.
a D10 base. For the
Oh, this
halberd
guy.
as it is.
Oh, It sucks to be this dude. I'm gonna be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 9 and a 4, and I add my strength to this.
You add your
correct?
strength to this.
I add this, so that is a grand total of 17 points of damage.
That is a mean hit. That is
Yes.
that is a solid
Heck
hit.
yeah!
Oh, I'm
Sick
sorry. Did you think I was done?
You're not done.
No.
Did you have another?
I'm not done. I'm gonna take this. Wait. Is a disadvantage, right?
It's
Correct.
disadvantage to swing a second time, unless you have the quick attacker feature, which I don't think.
I do not have quick attacker.
One day.
I'm looking over what I can do for the half action, which
It's either
doesn't seem-
defend or you can shove or grapple. But yeah,
Well, let's see. I can't trip him, unfortunately, and that is fair. So we're just going to go ahead. We're going to swing with a second attack at disadvantage.
yeah.
I'm assuming 12 doesn't. I rolled a 2 and a natural 20, so I'm assuming that 2 does not hit a 12.
A total of 12? No. that
Total
does
of
not.
12. That's fine. We're gonna rush.
You're gonna go for it right away. Okay, so
We're gonna rush.
resolve the action. Make your attack.
Okay, this one now. A new one. Oh, I just rolled a natural 20.
Oh, he's probably dead.
Alright.
But why don't you give me damage
He's,
anyway?
he's probably dead with the D4, correct?
Yeah. So you're gonna take the D10, the D4, and your strength. Total all that together, and then double that.
Okay, I rolled an 11 altogether, 8 and 3, and then with a 4, that brings it to 15.
That is
double at
30 damage. Yeah. In the wise words of Mr. Mercer, how do you want to do this? First kill of the campaign.
He's gonna run up. He's gonna hand on the pommel of the halberd and thrust it forward first. Pull it back. Try to follow up with a pommel swing. Miss. So he's gonna bring it all the way around with a big strike, like a big horizontal strike or a diagonal strike across the side.
Nice. And yeah, he flops to the ground. Again, no obvious weird magical things going on. He is now not just a guy and he's bleeding, he is a corpse and he is bleeding.
Oh yes, absolutely. I will apologize because I'm not done.
Well, so real quick, now that your action
go
is
ahead.
resolved, now that
Yes.
your one rush action has resolved, you gain 1 exhaustion point.
Marking that down.
And what that means is you now subtract 1 from everything. Anything that you do. Any d20
Okay.
that you roll. Is now
Okay.
at -1.
That is completely fine because now I'm rolling at a +9 to hit
Right.
with heavy
it-
melee.
You don't make another attack though. When you rush, you just get 1 quick action.
Sorry, I meant to say that I was going to do the adrenaline burst. Adrenaline boost.
Yes. You want to use your feature to take your second turn. Yeah.
Yes.
You should move back over here because there's a rock in the way. But yes, go ahead.
Okay. All right.
This guy is
Sorry.
dead. Let me just.
Shut
So-
him somewhere
Meet him
else.
off the edge.
So those who don't know, a feature in this is adrenaline boost, and it reads: at the end of your turn, you can use the ability to immediately take a second turn.
Yes.
If you
get
had
a whole
cast a
second
spell in
turn.
your original turn. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, you get a whole second turn. Only thing is you can't do magic on it, but you can't cast spells anyway. So it's a great feature for you.
Exactly. So I do feel bad for number 1. I did warn him he only had 1 shot,
And he missed. So
and he missed.
Fired and it missed.
So
Fire.
2 attacks against this guy.
can't even get a popsicle.
I rolled a 7. I rolled a 17. Minus 1, 16, but plus 10 is 27.
Yes, that. Yeah.
Well,
he did.
shit. All right.
I apologize. When I make
Nope,
characters,
this is
I
great.
don't quite
No, you're
mess
good.
around.
I'm glad you're showing that rushing is still
And-
worth it if you make a good character.
Yep.
Holy-
And this is why I'm support. Go get him.
Oh my goodness. Oh
Damage,
my
what do we
goodness.
got? You're still adding the D4 because this guy is also
Full.
cursed.
Okay. D4. Good. Let me roll a D4 real quick. Okay. Max damage on the halberd. So 10 plus 3 plus 4. So we're at 17. Minus 1.
You don't subtract from damage, just D20. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So,
but then you
okay,
have a
so-
second attack, which you can
I do.
at disadvantage if you like.
At disadvantage. Okay, I rolled a 7, so 6. That's a 6, or a Okay, so roll 7 and a 16.
Yeah,
So
you can take
subtracting from
7,
that-
6, plus 9.
Plus 10, or we're adding plus 9. Okay.
Or yeah. Plus 10, 15, 16. Yeah, you hit him.
Okay. I definitely feel bad for this guy.
Not a crit.
Let me roll these dice. Not a crit, not like I did previously. I got a 7 and a 3, so 10 plus 4. So we got we're rocking at a 14.
He's only mostly dead. Not quite.
But is he bleeding?
Yes, very much so.
Okay.
And he is a guy.
He is a guy.
Fair.
Pretty sure. Let's see. So then it is his turn. Consumed in his feral rage as he is going to drop his crossbow, pull his scimitar, and swing that at you.
Is he going to step up?
Step block. Yes. Sorry,
Okay.
got a lot of tabs open. Yes, he's gonna walk close to you.
Oh, he's stepping up.
He's stepping up.
He do need to get closer.
Unfortunately for him.
I see you're approaching me. I rolled a 9. Is a 16 hit you?
No, I'm at AV 20.
Right, you're very boosted right now. All right, then I make a second attack at disadvantage for less. So he is just wildly swinging at you, consumed by rage, ineffectively. Then it's bandit number 2. He's gonna. Well, you've established yourself as currently the deadliest person on the field, so he's also gonna charge you. And likewise make 2 scimitar swings. That, I believe, hits you at 22.
22 does hit.
6, 28. That is 10 slashing damage. That's a pretty good hit from him.
That is a really good hit, actually. Oh, my goodness.
But then his second attack at disadvantage is a whiff.
All right.
And then we go back around to the top. It would be bandit number 4's turn, but he is in half. So it is Charm and Taroni's turn.
It sure is. Give me a few seconds to read something, because... Oh boy. How does... I'm gonna peek my little head up from behind this card here. How does my beefy companion look? Can I...
He's he's actually above half health.
Okay.
He's got a pretty nasty
he's-
scratch, but he's not heaving or anything. Yeah, he's hanging.
Cool. Then I am going to use a quick action and spend 2 SP, which is spell points, to cast Detect Life.
Okay.
So I'm going to send out a magical radar ping with a radius of 30 feet to be aware of any other living creatures. I know we've identified 3, but I wanted to be sure about that. I am going to...
Is the radius 30 or 60? Double check for me.
So, that's fun that you brought that up, because it says both in the spell itself. And I was going to ask you the same question.
I
so,
upped it to 60 at one point. I may have forgotten to. I will put that on my piece of notes here.
the description is where it says 30, and then in the range section it says 60. Just
Yes, I
as
meant
expected.
to make that
Good
60
stuff.
feet across
Yeah.
both. So,
Good stuff.
yes, you cast Detect Life. It is a sort of 60-foot radar ping, essentially, and you become aware of everything that is alive in that range. I'm gonna lay some interesting information on you that I did not necessarily expect to come up immediately.
no.
Oh dear. My
no.
superpower. Let's go.
Oh yeah,
Uh-oh.
let's do it.
So you detect Zephyrogen, you detect the two bandits he's fighting, you detect Pandora and Theodosia and the bandit they're fighting.
Right.
You know Mahia's over there. You do not detect her.
Okay. All right.
But you do
That's
not detect
fair.
anyone else. There's no one else hiding. Or certainly no alive things hiding. But yes,
Okay. That's good because
that is what you learn. Is that a quick action or a full action?
it's going to be a quick action. However, I was hoping to use a spell modification on it, and I'm not sure if that's something I can just do and spend the resource for, or if it adds to the action.
It is always something you can do. It is free to add modifications. What did you have in mind?
Great! I'm adding subtle for 2 SP because I don't want any of you
Okay.
to know I do magic.
Okay. So
that's a total of
yes,
4
this is,
SP.
if I may interrupt to yap about mechanics to the audience
Yes,
again.
please do.
The way spells work in Big Adventure game, everything just costs spell points. So you see the acidic weapon here on the rulebook costs 4 spell points. But then every spell underneath it has mods, so it says empowered or shared. This is kind of like our version of upcasting. Excuse me, perfect. Of upcasting. But also meta magic. So if you're familiar with meta magic from sorcerers in 5e, it's kind of like that, but it's accessible to all spellcasters. So these are the modifications. You can take a spell, you can convert its area into a cone, you can empower it by just upping the dice, extend its duration, convert it into a line. There's all these things you can do with it, just for a little bit of extra mana, a little bit of extra SP. What Charm has elected to do here is use the subtle modification, so that to cast Detect Life, she doesn't have to wave her arms or do an incantation. She just kind of stays behind the crate and thinks real hard, and it happens. So no one
Thinking about things.
notices it. However, Sam has a feature.
Wonderful.
Yup.
Sam has a feature called Inquisitor's Senses, which is introduced
I'd be
by the
noticing.
setting guide.
I'd be noticing.
So when a mage uses the subtle spell mod, or there's a lot of people hiding for this is deep. Uses the subtle spell mod or some other method of concealment to hide the fact that they're casting a spell. Sam gets to make a detection check. So Sam, roll detection. Charm, roll stealth.
Let's go. Let's go. All the secrets coming out right
Right.
now.
Oh, I'm
Nice,
just gonna
where'd you
tell
go?
you, Ronnie, that is D20 plus 5. That is a nat 20 plus 5.
25.
Oh, okay. I was like, a D20 plus 5 doesn't tell me
It's always a
anything.
D20, but yeah. A 20.
That's sad because I rolled a 19.
Oh.
So
Well, what's your bonus? What's your stealth bonus?
nothing. But
Okay.
I was pretty excited that I actually rolled pretty
So
high.
yes, simultaneously a lot happens. Pandora learns that Roni is a mage and is hiding it. Roni learns that she, for some reason, cannot detect Myuu with Detect Life.
Right. And then I have a question because we had an obvious spell cast earlier.
You
So-
did. Yes, you all learned.
So
that
we
Myuu's
have-
a wizard, but,
Okay, I was like, hold on.
but you don't.
We
you don't
have a
mind
lot of
that
things that just
necessarily right
happened. Cool.
now. You're okay with it because it has led to the deaths of your assailants.
Yeah, I don't know shit about Buck.
A lot to talk about
All right,
after.
yes. Back
Got a
to
description
combat. So that's still just your first quick action. Jesus
You're
Christ.
right. It sure is. Yep.
What are you doing now?
Yeah. I want to investigate this scene here in front of us.
Okay, yeah, that's a quick action. There's a quick action called
Yeah.
Search, I
Like
believe it is.
search?
So you
Okay,
just
okay.
roll detection. And,
Okay.
You know, if you do good, I'll tell you something.
Okie dokie. You got it. Dice. That is a 16.
Okay, so looking over the scene here, dead horse, dead guy, crossbow bolts aplenty. The cargo he was transporting was 2 crates of wine. The region is known for its wineries, so that's not surprising in and of itself. The tops of the crates have been pried off, and it looks like dropped in a hurry. What do you call it? The blood then from the horse and the unfortunate carriage driver has footprints that extend south and are pretty obvious, especially in the snowy patches. And yeah, they haven't taken any of the wine. It looks like they dropped it in a hurry. It's possible they saw you coming. This might have just happened. Hence them, running back into the woods to plan the ambush.
Okay.
And then that is your turn.
Yes.
And then it's Mahi's turn.
I'm gonna magic dart another one, please.
Okay, magic dart requires no roll. You just do damage. It's not a ton of damage, but it's free. Give me damage.
That is, and then that one's the one I marked, so that also
You
gets
are adding
D4.
a d4 to it. That's a good way to stack that. That's smart.
Mhm.
Good you.
Nice. Nice.
So it's a d6 plus 1 raw magic, so that's 8 total.
Okay. Yeah. You fire a thin blue little dart, sort of a Dark Souls dart, and it zooms out and just right through this guy's neck, and he flops down.
He dead?
He did.
He dead. Does he have blood?
Yeah.
I get another spell point back. I have blood magic.
Dang.
Nice.
Yeah. You. So
The
Katie
one I
has a feature.
spent, I don't gotta type nothing.
Yeah, Maya has a feature called Blood Magic. So, on the one hand, she can convert HP into spell points, but she can also regain spell points when killing things that have blood, which you just did.
Ready for me to ask every time I kill something, does he have blood?
I'm assuming most things have blood. It turns out most things have blood.
Supposedly, though.
Supposedly.
You realize you're talking to someone who doesn't.
I don't realize.
He doesn't realize that. At
You
all,
do
man.
above
I
table
realize
right now
nothing.
in this conversation. You're not saying that
Also,
in character,
Mafia does
motherfucker.
have blood. It's just very cold.
It's just real slow moving.
Anyway,
Gotcha.
bandit number 3. He will. Oh, he's getting stabbed a lot. He'll make one attack at Theodosia.
He is. But like
Um,
everyone's like exploding and killing, and I feel like Theo and I are just like really trying to stab
Just stab this guy a whole lot.
Meg, what's your
I will
doing our
reestablish
best.
myself as the most deadly thing on the battlefield in a moment. I apologize.
No, it's great. Do it up.
Meg, what's your armor value?
Currently 14,
Okay, I have hit you with a
but
butt.
I have parry and riposte. How tall is this person? Big as
He's medium.
Am I
So
taller?
I've gotten a 18 to hit is what I have.
then you hit it.
Yeah, I think that's not in the range of parry and riposte.
Well, it's plus 3.
Yeah.
So my AV goes up to 3, so it would have been 17. So
Yeah.
you just
So no. Well, 1 too good, but you take 6 slashing damage,
rude.
and then panicked,
Seriously?
surrounded. He's going to turn and make his other swing at Pandora at disadvantage. But I actually rolled fucking good on the disadvantage. I got a 15 and a 16. That is 22. So Pandora, you
Does
take
not hit.
22 does not hit. What's your armor? Don't lie to me.
No.
You take 5 slashing damage. And then Meg, it's Theodosia's turn. You may return stab.
Yeah, not happy with the stabby. Alright, so we'll take 1 with the dagger. Is a 19 hit?
I feel bad for this poor dude. He's getting
A
stabbed
19
by
hits.
dagger.
Yeah, death by 1,000
Okay.
cuts here. I mean, it's been 3 cuts.
We're doing our best.
So it's gonna
okay?
be 5.
Okay, 5
on the
damage.
first hit.
You can then take your offhand attack.
It's a 10.
10 does not hit. You can
Okay.
disadvantage main hand attack again if you like.
Yeah. Yes, that's cocked. It is.
Oh, the cock.
Good, because it was a 1, but it was cocked. Oh god, what was the other?
Can we get a call on the play? Can we get an instant replay?
I promise you, I touched it and it moved back.
What do we got?
Because it was I did a 22.
Okay, yeah, great. You hit him. D4 plus strength.
4.
4. Okay, continuing to chip away.
Just trying so hard over here.
Sam, it's your turn.
Why won't he die?
Just stabbing this guy. Poor dude.
It's got so many holes.
As I am trying to stab him, do I notice as I'm attempting to stab him any extra feralness? Does he look normal as I'm looking him into the eyes and trying to murder him? But like,
So
do
if
I
you,
notice
if
anything?
you want, you can
different?
also make a detection check with one of your quick actions if you want to like take a moment to try to observe him.
Yeah, I kind of just want to see what's up.
Go ahead. So
I
roll,
will-
roll detection.
I
and then
will
you can
detect.
attack after that.
Okay. So 16. 21.
Very good. So yeah, besides this sort of like I said, they all look a little tired, a little disheveled, a little dirty from being out in the wilderness and such. He's like fully tensed up. He's like, you know, his teeth are like clenched. His eyes are bloodshot to hell. And you notice just for a quick second, just like a little glint of green go across his otherwise brown eyes. Perhaps some magical artifact of some sort that catches your attention. But otherwise,
Cool. I'm gonna try
a
to.
dude with blood.
I'm gonna try to stab him in the eye.
Go ahead.
No, just in general. It's light melee, right?
Yep.
Dagger. 14 to hit.
Hang on. 14 is his armor, so again, ties go to defender, but this is a good time to bring up a mechanic called hero points, which you all have as player characters. Basically, you know, it's determined by your luck stat. You can spend hero points to add to a roll, so 1 hero point is +1 on
cool.
a roll. So if you want to spend 1 hero point to hit this guy, because you're 1 short,
Yeah, let's do
you
it.
can do that.
I would like to do that.
Very useful for when you only miss something by 1 or 2 and you just want to spend a little bit.
Okay, so then I do
So
1
you do hit
d4
him,
plus my
D4
strength,
plus
right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be a 3, so 4.
Okay. He's hanging in there.
Oh my god! I'm going to try to hit him again. That's disadvantage
No,
on the
'cause
other
you used
hand,
your
yeah?
use your first one to search.
Oh, I did. Okay.
So
Once
you're
that
done.
points me.
Mitch, Zephyrosa's turn. You do still have one guy next to you. He actually hasn't been hit at all yet, but I expect that to change soon. So soon.
It is very unfortunate to be him. Instead of hitting him twice, I'm going to use half a turn to swap. We're going to swap to the longsword. We're going to two-handed still, but
Okay.
just the idea of fighting a 5-foot square with a halberd doesn't.
It's allowed mechanically.
Yes, but it's significantly less cool. Almost as if holding the longsword with the halberd, he drops the halberd, draws the longsword,
Yeah.
two-hands it, and we're gonna do an attack,
Okay.
and I'm gonna use the aimed attack rules.
Okay. So you give
he's in
yourself
full
disadvantage
focus mode.
to aim at a particular body part.
Yes, we're going right for the head. He is in full focus mode. He is in. These people are now attacking me and my unit. That is what he's doing.
So go ahead. Give me a roll at disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Here we
Aim it
go.
for the head. If you hit, it's extra damage.
All right, as a 16, at a +9,
You got him.
or a. Okay, I rolled a 14 and a 16.
Yeah,
So one.
Yeah.
Okay.
14 already
so-
is his armor, so if you're adding anything to it.
Okay.
All right.
You hit him, so roll your longsword's damage plus 2d6 extra.
2d6 extra. Okay.
So that's a d8, 2d6, and strength. That's what we've done.
All right. Oh, is it a d8, not d10? Because I'm two-handing it.
Oh, yes, a d10, 2d6, and strength. That's right.
All right. We roll. Okay. Let's see. A total. Let's see. That is not the best damage. I got a 5. I got 5. Oh, I got 2 5s, and I got a 6. So 16.
That's
So
almost
20
the best
damage.
That is almost the best damage. Yeah. You
What do you mean not
good?
swipe at this guy.
That's so good.
It's the first
Oh my
hit that
God.
he's taken, so it doesn't kill him outright. But
That's 20 damage to his head.
yeah,
Oh,
he
man.
definitely felt that.
Well.
Yeah, it's probably Van Gogh'd him a little bit there. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? We're gonna. He's again full focus mode. We're gonna adrenaline burst.
You're gonna use your other one right off rip. Okay,
We're gonna
yeah.
use my other one. Yeah,
You do get 2
we're
of
gonna use
those
my
in
other
a day.
adrenaline. That's completely fine. We're gonna follow it up with ooh.
So now you're back at the top of a fresh turn. You can make a regular.
Should I
attack.
just sock him? I'm trying to think. Yeah, we're gonna non-lethal. I'm gonna do another aimed headshot. We're gonna do a non-lethal
You
attack.
can't
Well, I can't do
aimed
both.
and non-lethal together.
You're right. You're
Basically,
right.
if you have disadvantage, you can't do one or the other. You can't.
But I will do non-lethal.
Okay, so you're gonna try to
At
hollow
disadvantage.
strike him or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stab him in the leg or something.
All right, that's a 15 or it's a 15 or a 16.
God damn!
You're very lucky tonight. Go ahead.
I'm at +9.
So you're gonna do half damage doing a non-lethal attack.
Okay.
But give me that
All
damage.
right. But since we're not adding it to the head, that's not going to come up.
Just a D10 and strength.
Just a D10. All right. That is a 8. So that's a 12 damage in total. But we're halving it, so it's 6
damage. So he's not dead or out.
He's not dead. That's half an action. So I guess
You have another one. You're at disadvantage by default. So
I'm already at disadvantage.
You cannot non-lethal or aim.
We're gonna grab.
Go for a grab. Okay, yeah.
We're gonna grab. That's athletics, right?
That is an athletics contest. So we both.
Let me see.
Athletics.
I'm athletics +9, so I'm at 8 instead. I rolled a 2.
I rolled a 16. So you try to grab him, and he dodges that.
Okay, I'm done.
Now you're
no more actions for me.
Damn.
Let's see. Then it should be number 1's turn, but he is no longer alive. Then it should be number 2's turn, and you just stabbed him in the ear, and he's really upset about that. So, sword.
I'll never hear the same again.
A 19 to hit, which I think with your bonuses does not hit you because of your enchantment, and then a disadvantage attack is less than that. So
get blessed. Hashtag blessed.
Yeah, you're good.
I'll see myself out.
Number 4, back up at the top. Number 4 is dead, so it's Roni's turn.
Oh gosh.
Trying to establish myself as the deadliest thing on the field and have failed.
I mean, what? You're still the deadliest thing on the field. That didn't change in one turn.
It's still 2-0-0-0-0.
Yeah. What? Cool. Roni is going to very carefully, apparently not click things, tiptoe around all these bodies, pull her little skirts up, come around the corner, and she is going to try to understand if this dude is legitimately under some sort of spell. I don't know how I would do that properly.
You do have detect magic.
I do have detect magic. I wasn't sure if I should use that or if it was more of like a studious thing.
If you want to save the spell points, you can just roll the magic skill.
Just to just roll the magic skill.
If you don't feel like burning a resource.
Yeah.
It's just a quick action to think.
Can do. Oh, there. Hey, Cal. Get out of my way. I know what time it is. It's cool time. 26.
Yeah, the way these guys are behaving is definitely not rational. They should have turned and run by now, right? Any bandit would. You know, these are not people who are hard committed to a cause. They just want money for whatever reason, right?
Right.
This level of overcommitment to killing you guys is uncharacteristic.
Okay.
So yeah, they're almost certainly enchanted in some way.
Okay. Can I use something like Cure on this? Like, would that qualify as Charmed, or is it something that would require a Dispel?
That you don't know because you're not sure the source of it.
Cool. Then I am going to make eye contact with our beat stick over there. Finger to the mouth. And I'm going to attempt to cast Cure on this person to see if I can.
Okay, let me double check.
Remove their ailment.
List of things that the Cure spell does.
Bleeding, blinded, burning, charmed, dazed, deafened, frightened, frozen, paralyzed, sickened, or weakened.
I will admit, I'm a little frightened that if you do cure him and half his face is hanging off.
It's just an ear.
Cure doesn't restore HP, it just ends conditions.
It just ends conditions. Yeah.
Poor dude died from shock instead.
But no, you do not seem to have any effect.
Okay. Figured it was worth trying.
Whatever curses upon him is more advanced than those generic conditions. But yeah.
I am using points to still subtle cast it, even though I'm sure something has gone wrong.
Sure.
That's
I
okay.
won't make us go through the whole detection thing again. We already know. Katie, Mahia's turn.
I'm going to step over once so I have a better line of sight at number 3 and cast Fire Burst.
Okay, you're
creature
gonna
needs
light him on
A
fire.
reference save,
Make a
reference saving.
Reference save. Yeah, that's what it is. Reflex save.
I said reference, didn't I?
You did. I've
I
rolled a 1,
refuse to comment.
so yeah, I failed.
Beautiful. So then it is 1. That's a 6. I need the 8. They take 4 damage and start burning. Yay!
Yay!
Fire!
Fire!
How'd I get for that? He's number 3. Okay. 4 damage, and he is on a little bit of fire. You guys have done, this poor guy, you've done 3, 6, 4, 5, 4, 4, and 4 damage to him.
Amazing.
Poor dude.
Torture.
Now
Poor
he's
dude.
on fire.
Now he's on
Yeah.
fire.
Set fire to all of his paper cuts.
Fire burst is a full action, right? You're done?
Yes, it is. It is. It is a full action.
Then, it's his turn. I need to remind myself when burning happens. Is that at the beginning of the turn?
When burning, what do?
Or the end of the turn?
We're learned
When on fire. How help?
It is at the end of its turn. So
He is a guy.
He will
and
get
he's
his
on fire.
attacks, and he's a guy, and he's burning. Yes, he's gonna get his attacks, and then maybe he'll burn to death. So, a swing first at Pandora, that's definitely a miss. A swing at Theodosia at disadvantage, that's also definitely a miss. This guy is really feeling it, and then he takes a d6 of fire damage, which kills him.
Okay, I was gonna say,
Yay!
it doesn't my
Oh,
reactions
dang!
about
Congratulations. it took how many turns to kill one dude?
I love it. I just love that he went got set on fire, tried to stab,
You
miss,
did
tried to stab,
gain an
miss.
exhaustion point and burn an entire feature, in fairness. But
True. I can't say much.
Neither can the guys you killed.
and then his turn. is
True.
over.
This
On his
guy is
death.
also about to die.
Wait, did that technically? I killed him technically. Do I get a? Does he have blood?
I'm gonna say yes. Yeah, you killed.
Yes!
The effect caused by you killed him.
Surprise. He had no
So
blood.
I've killed 2 so far, and everyone's saying that I'm not the deadliest on the field.
Oh, shit.
There are only 4
I think
attacks.
between the
you.
two of you.
Theo definitely turns to you and just goes, just watches as he.
I should just grab the biggest axe, man. Dang.
Meg, it's Theodosia's turn. There is
Okay,
one dude left. He is not looking good.
Wait, 5. I'm still squinting. I have glasses on. What is going on with me? Ooh, I'm on the wrong button. I'm on the wrong button.
You can do it.
Head on over here. And
This
do
is my
another.
kill, though.
She doesn't hear you. On purpose.
Just feeling bad about not getting a kill, and you're like, fuck it.
15.
15 is a hit. D4 strength.
Six.
He's real close. Go ahead and make your
Okay.
offhand attack.
Oh man. Is plus modifier correct? Still?
Yeah, you still had your modifier,
Okay.
so that strength.
19.
Damage. Yeah, you got him. And
So-
what do you know? You also got him. Because he had one half.
Dang. Dang.
Nice.
And yeah, you run in from the woods and jump behind the guy and give him the old double dagger.
Double dagger, one into the shoulder blade and one right into the neck as I jump on him and go, sorry.
Bit sad, isn't it?
Well,
What did you say? a bit sad.
A
And
bit sad, ain't it?
And
Wow.
give me a moment to do some post-combat cleanup here, put the scary music away. Switch to just some like kind of like foresty music. Yeah, that sounds good.
Birds chirping. Chickens clucking.
And yes, everybody's down. You guys can poke around the scene a bit, discuss what just occurred. Maybe or maybe not discuss the information some of you have learned about each other. Again, to recap that, you all learned that Mahia can cast spells, but that's not terribly shocking. Sam, Pandora specifically learned that Roni can cast spells, and is hiding it for some reason. And Roni learned that Mahia does not show up to detect life for some reason. You can confront those things now or later, or just talk about what the hell just happened. Go on.
This is so unfair. They killed the horse too.
I mean,
That guy didn't mention the horses.
True, he didn't. I
That is
will
true.
admit that I did not mean to kill this dude the way that I did. That was my fault.
Oh, well, I mean, he hurt you, so...
I mean, I should probably address some of that right now, actually.
Mm-hmm. Address away?
Oh no, I mean that I'm hurt, that I'm a little bleeding.
Oh, that you're hurt. Oh, yeah, that one's awful.
What were you referring to?
Oh, I thought you meant the fact that you were very violent and killed him. I didn't realize you meant you.
I do thank you though for the support. That was very helpful.
Oh, yeah.
Made sure I didn't fall back.
Like I said, I uplift my friends, allies, and so forth with good vibes.
Did
Sure,
anybody
sure.
else notice anything with their eyes that were very like? And I like make the strange face. No,
Mhm.
I mean, Miss Glint was far too busy just pummeling them into existence, which was most excellent to watch. But well,
There was.
try-
I noticed.
Dab.
I did notice.
there was some right. Yeah, there was some extracurricular eye activity. It was very unsettling.
Extracurricular.
I'll admit I didn't notice
fancy.
Oh, I see. Understood.
Too much eye activity.
Mm-hmm.
Fancy, weird, abnormal.
Theo walks back.
Can I investigate the pile of dust
Pile of what?
that
Sorry.
is in front of me? Because didn't the creature in front of us erupt into a pile of dust? Because
No,
Maya
he
is
just-
wonderful and
He just
exploded
burned
them.
to death, but
He's just a crispy
Oh,
corpse.
okay.
he didn't
Never
necessarily
mind
get
I mean-
melted.
that. I mean, there's half a guy still here. If you want to go
Yeah.
check him out. I mean,
I'll check out the half a guy. Yeah, I'm gonna look at his eyeballs. Okay.
You know,
Pat him a little bit.
he sure is dead.
Okay.
Are you looking for anything in particular on it?
No, I think I'm just like remembering seeing whatever glint weird thing.
Oh,
was
you're
in
looking in
eye,
his
and I'm
eyes.
just like,
Yeah,
oh,
that-
so, like,
that's-
dig
that's-
into the socket.
No. That seems to have faded with his death. His eyes
Okay.
they happen to be brown. They are just brown again. There's no you roll them back and forth to try to catch the light, and that weird mysterious glint of bright green doesn't show up again.
Huh. Must be something magic or some such.
Speaking of magic,
What do you
and
mean?
such, real quick. Do any of you have a healing kit?
I do, and I was gonna ask about it soon, TM,
Because
but
if none
you
of
know.
you do, then we have to do magic healing. But yes, if Charm, if you want to do magic healing,
I wanna do healer kit healing.
non-magic healing.
Yeah.
On Zephyrogen,
Yes.
you can do so using your healing kit. It has 10 uses. You may want to note in parentheses
Yep.
how many uses you have left.
Understood.
And you just make a medicine check.
Okay. DV13.
Yeah.
Got it. Easy peasy.
now I'm
Lemon
alive
squeezy.
forever.
12 plus 9, that's a
Great.
21. I don't know.
Yeah, so you successfully apply some
That's hard.
bandages. Mitch, you're going to roll your own healing. It is a number of D4 equal to your vitality. So if you have 2 vitality, it's 2D4. 3 vitality.
Okay, so it's 3d4. Let
Yeah.
me go
Hot.
ahead. I never die, apparently. Let's see.
And you never will.
I never
While I'm
will
here.
die. And we're looking at a total. Oh, it sucks. Look, it's a little 4 health.
You know,
Well,
Better than 0 health, right?
It's true. This does bring me up to 32, so I'm
Yeah.
pretty much okay.
Girl, you still have more health than I have at max.
Does anyone else want to request healing?
I didn't get hit.
I'm
Hey,
down
you,
6.
Oh, I mean, I got hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if
Yeah,
you want me to, I can. No pressure though.
Save it.
Okay,
You can save it.
understood.
Tis but a flesh wound.
You want-
Yeah.
You want
carry
this
on.
crossbow bolt that was stuck inside of me for a little bit?
Is it sentimental now?
I mean, it could be. It's our first job together. Why not?
Then shouldn't you keep it?
Oh, I got plenty of, a little bit of memories going on here.
Are you trying to get me into collecting?
No?
If I may, just for time again. So you guys you have a trail to follow, bloody footprints leading into the woods. Super easy to follow.
Right. Yeah, I did. I there's those.
Yeah. So you guys can follow that to their camp, and then whatever happens to the camp will be sort of the last thing you do for the night. Before that, we're gonna take one more little break. We will again be gone for 5 minutes. People can go to the bathroom, whatever they got to do. And then when we come back, we will chit-chat for a couple minutes again, and then pick up with the next scene. All right. Be right back. All right, chat, we're
my
back. Something
baby.
very
Oh
important
my
is
God.
happening. There's a dog.
Oh my God, this is my baby. She's very nervous right now.
Where's
She's like,
your
there's
dog
so many
goes?
lights.
Where's your dog? Where are you going?
Love
This is my pupper. Her name's Esri.
Oh,
Love that.
she's so cute. I'm dead.
Thank
She's like the same color as my cat. My cat has
Yeah.
the calico colors.
Oh.
Oh my
yeah.
goodness.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
That's funny.
Yeah, there's a microphone. You can
I
see
love
it.
her.
Thank
Let's
you.
see.
I love her
Catch
too.
up on chat.
Say hello.
How old is she?
Say
She's
hello,
6
please.
years old.
Oh.
And she has
Baby.
Oh, there goes her little foot. She just had surgery a couple weeks ago too, so she's
no.
she's extra like up my butt. She's
Yeah.
like, Mom, everything's weird. So Married has to take her downstairs when I'm on camera.
Speaking of buried, catching up on chat. Sailing 2 miles off the coast. Man, I can't find these forest bandits anywhere. That's very good.
I just heard.
Campbell says, Alex looked like he's RP as a stealth bandit behind them, just listening. I was like slouching a little. Just my posture
What's
dropping.
that? But you want to repeat that party plan again, Sean?
Very good.
Amazing.
Yeah, fired and they missed. He's a guy and he's bleeding.
It's a horse, and he's bleeding.
It's a
It's
guy, and he's burning.
burning.
He's a corpse and he's bleeding.
Does
They'll
it
ne-
have blood?
They'll never suspect my secret. Exactly one encounter later.
This is why you
rules
just
note,
never have to play a character.
Campbell suggests stacking disadvantage and getting the lowest of 4 rolls. No matter how many disadvantages you have or advantages you have, you still only ever roll 2d20. You don't stack. They do. The math happens if you have 2 advantages and 1 disadvantage, and that's advantage. But you don't ever roll more than 2d20. In case anyone was wondering. There were a horse and they're bleeding. The plural of a horse is geese. Okay, and adorable dog. Great, all caught up. Very good. So, we'll come back to you guys, continuing to make your way downtown through the woods.
Making my way.
Thank you.
We all had the
Yep.
same thought. All of us had the same thought. We're like, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not
Nope.
gonna do it.
I resisted.
Who can I
It was
make do
me.
a tick? Like,
Me. Hey, it's okay. I can do every tick.
I will
It's
again
usually me, so I
call
was
for
resisting.
the travel rolls. Here we do kind of need a navigator. You're not on a road. That is survival. Whoever happens to be good at survival, and then again, I think stealth scout and lookout. Again, you don't need a carrier. You don't really need a forager. You guys have food and stuff, and you're a populated forest.
I feel like Maya has the
Who,
opposite of survival.
Who doesn't want to walk? I mean,
Yeah. Does anyone have survival? Did any of you put points in survival? Okay.
Yeah, I don't have very
no.
many, but I got some.
I just have a set. Yeah.
Said I like finding old
Well, I
stuff.
think
Well,
I can
Sounds better
roll
than
survival.
none.
I'm not very good at it.
anyone
found the
can
old
try.
inn.
I'll do it. I will do it.
You know what? I'll help you. I got a 2.
All right, so the two of you give me navigator checks. Go ahead.
Beep, boop. Ooh.
I rolled a 5, so I wasn't sure. Let's see. Hopefully, it'll be better. And that is significantly less better. That's a hot 3 altogether.
All right.
less
with the -1.
better.
I got a 22.
There you go.
A 22.
Give me just a moment here. Scrolling down in my to-do list of the session. There we go. Okay, and then the next one is the scout for stealth. Who would like to do that?
I can stealth.
Can as well.
Okay, and then that would leave Sam for lookout duty. Go ahead.
Well, remind me, that's
That is detection.
Detection.
It's a 24.
Oh,
Mine's higher than that. I need to math. I really can't do simple math.
Anything over a 20
Math
is
hard.
all
27.
Yeah.
27.
I got
Going
an
from
8
18
natural
plus 9.
Okay.
Gotcha. Going forward, can we use
Um,
assist on those sorts of roles for navigating and these sorts of traveling checks?
Sorry, say again.
To give
Oh,
someone,
yeah.
are we allowed to use
Like,
assisting instead of
No,
necessarily
you just,
rolling?
Two of you
Okay.
roll, and as long as someone succeeds.
Okay.
Yeah. But yes, you all did good. The only one that really mattered there was the navigator. So you guys do make good time. You don't get caught up zigzagging through the woods. You don't lose the trail too much. You make it to the bandit camp. Excuse me. You make it to the bandit camp before sundown, which is always good. It's easier to fight in the light. And stealthy people, which is the two use again.
You sneakies.
Okay, let me
I'm
put
not
you
not
guys
stealthy.
on the combat screen so I can describe things here.
Describe.
Let's go.
Ain't us a word picture.
There you
New combat.
are. So I'll get to all of this in a second. On your way there, walk in the woods. Sam, use the lookout. You detect nothing but like an ominous nothing. Like, you know, it's quiet, too quiet. Like,
It's too quiet.
it's winter, it's a bit snowy, you know, it tends to be quiet, but like there's not a peep of any animal in these woods, which is odd. You've lived in Imperia. You know that there should be something out, a fox, something should be out still here in the winter. It's not super harsh like that. So that's ominous. That's suspicious. You know, these woods are known to.
That's weird.
That's weird. These woods are known to harbor the occasional monster, a griffin, or
love her.
something. Nothing flies overhead.
I saw you mouth it as I said it.
So there is that. But then the scouts, as you are scouting ahead, you hear way ahead of you before you see anything. What seems like the distant sound of perhaps some combat. You hear some indistinct yelling, the occasional clash of steel, but it dies down very quickly. And then as you get closer, you come to. I'll put it up on the screen now for the everybody.
The everybody.
The everybody.
It's you.
Let's go. Audience, tell us where everyone is.
A unfortunate, rather grisly scene here. So it's the bandit camp, and it seems that perhaps they turned on each other. In whatever this mad rage is. It's a small little clearing in the woods. They've got a big sort of bonfire campfire in the center. They've cleared out some of the snow. They've got some tents set up. 2 of the tents have been torn. And the bodies of 4 bandits lie bloodied about the site. One of them has been smacked against this rock here. One of them looked like he was tried to run away and had a spear thrown at him. Really, really intense. And the one survivor is standing there. You two who have stealthed ahead, he hasn't noticed you yet. He's just sort of standing there with this glazed over look in his eyes, just sort of staring into the fire. And he's holding in his one hand he's got a sword, and in his other hand he's got a spear, covered in blood. And yeah, just sort of this mesmerized, glazed look on his face. So you see this, you report it back to the other folks, and how would you like to proceed with this strange situation? That I can't say because my mouth is too dry.
Water, hydrate.
Hydrate. Hydrate.
GMing is
Who
just talking.
reported back?
That's true, Theodosia and myself.
Oh.
There is one. He is distracted by fire.
Seems they've
Oh.
turned on the.
I also get very distracted
like-
by fire. Uh-huh.
I mean, it is very
Shoot first, ask questions later, or try to have a conversation first.
I
Have
don't
we decided if we are trying to bring anyone back?
That is going to depend on if they provide any valuable information first. Like, how are we
shoot him in
supposed-
the leg,
You could do that.
Good option.
and then
Are you asking me to take his leg off?
I
No, I
think
could
both
shoot
of
him.
I
them
need
would be
that guy's
better.
leg.
Yeah.
Maybe I just misunderstood the conversation. I wasn't sure if you were asking me to like destroy this guy from the waist down.
No.
I mean,
No.
Yes.
As long as he can still
What?
talk.
I'm sorry everyone
Doesn't
just had
really
to hear
matter.
me
Mixed
crack my
messages.
knuckles really disgustingly. I tried to do it far away enough from the mic, but I saw it go up. I hope that wasn't too bad.
It did not make sound, so you're so good.
Well, maybe for you on Discord, but it definitely peaked on,
Oh, well.
on OBS.
Oh, no.
Good luck, everybody else.
I hope you all enjoyed the disgusting sound of.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, shoot him in the leg. Why not?
Well, I don't know about you. I don't carry ranged
don't-
weapons too much.
Well,
You don't have to do it. Pandora can do it.
We can figure it
I
out.
can. I can and I shall
I say why not?
shoot him in the leg or like
I can make him dazed.
legs. I don't know, something
You
that'll.
can make him dance.
Right.
Dazed?
I can make
So-
him feel better.
Dance sounded better.
Bit of a
I
plan.
mean, if we
is
shoot
forming
one
up.
foot and then shoot the other foot, he can jump back and forth.
Not if you do it fast enough.
and he'll be dancing.
Yeah.
There we go.
We can make him dance if
I
we really
like
want to, but I was gonna say,
you can
like,
always dance if you want to. You can leave your
Well, he already left his friends behind.
like you guys, if you feel confident in your ability to take his legs out, we could try to question him.
So why
Or,
don't you guys,
you know.
on the map here, why don't you guys take positions? Move yourselves around as you like, and then Pandora, I'll let you take a shot. And then we'll roll initiative from there.
And we'll open this box.
Can I run? That's the big question. Can I make it? I gotta be 30.
There's a tree trunk like right there. Let me just. Boom, there you go.
Oh yeah, it's boss. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot him in the leg because I can.
All right,
And
so
that's it.
an aimed attack gives you disadvantage, but because you're ambushing him, I'll say you have advantage, so they cancel out. So just make an attack as normal. 1d20.
And is that's not an archery modifier, right?
It is, yeah.
Oh,
Guys, we
know.
will shoot him in the leg. if I miss, I quit.
You can do this. I
I
have
believe in
faith.
you. I believe in
I
you.
have faith in
D20
you.
plus archery.
Yeah, so it's a 17 plus 11.
You got
Hell
it.
yeah.
That is what your character is good
that
at.
is a
You
pretty
fortunately
hit.
gotten melee on that first fight, but yeah. What happens when you hit the target in the leg? If I may pull it here.
I like look at Mr. Glint because now I'm like I want to show him that I'm good because he just killed everything.
Look
and
at
I'm
me.
like,
I'm
shut
also
up, leg.
Look, I'll just take off his other leg.
Do
Okay,
it.
it's fine.
Like notice me.
I'm good at exactly two things.
Notice my senpai. Yeah, so
Believe in
he
you.
takes normal damage. So give me it's a D8 plus strength, but his walking, swimming, and climbing speed is reduced by half until he recovers HP. If you wound the other leg, his speed drops to 0.
So that's a 5.
A plan is forming in my head.
So
Plans.
5
You wound
damage.
the other head or other leg.
Okay, give me a second. I will just change the old music here, and then we will continue again. Goblin.
Oh, he gonna hit me with that spear, isn't he? God damn it.
He might.
Just thinking about
He's
it.
gonna think about it at least.
He might.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm just thinking about it.
Just think about
Just
it.
thinking about it. I'm not gonna do it.
You know,
Well, anyway, yes,
thought
you,
isn't
you-
a crime.
You fire your bow, as one does, and you don't like stick it in him because you didn't do a ton of damage, but you clipped his calf pretty bad. So he's gonna have a pretty bad limp, and then roll initiative.
Oh, please don't fail me now, dice.
I believe in you. I believe in all of us. Ooh, I believe in me for sure.
What if I said clerical speed? Would that be acceptable?
Katie,
15. 1-5.
Meg,
17.
Sam,
17!
Mitch,
I swear to
hot
God.
5.
That's
all
wild.
right, and Charm.
19.
All right, you two break your tie again. Go ahead. D20 plus luck.
Oops, 2. I rolled a 4, so
12.
All right. So that'll go to Sam then. And then, Katie, you and this strange bandit fellow have tied. So
Oh,
roll luck with me.
look at me.
I rolled a 1, so unless you also rolled a 1.
So I rolled a 8, 9, 10, 11.
Great. Good for you.
2 1s next to each other.
Charm Roni is first.
Oh dear. Great. Roni
I
clearly.
thought you said Charmeroni, like you were saying a nickname, and I'm like, that's okay.
This is new.
Oh yeah, the character.
Charm.
Sorry.
I'm into it.
Roni. Okay.
Amazing. Okay. Roni did not get the same hint as everyone else apparently to go into the bushes and is kind of just in the middle of the pathway. And
No.
yes, that's it. And I think she didn't get a chance to try communication before, and I think she is going to try, even though she watched Mitch get shot. She's just like, why not? This is a different person. She's got hope, you know?
Speaking is a free action.
Great. I think, let me think. How do I want to
Intimidating, on the other hand, is a quick action. But
Oh no, she's not intimidating in the slightest in this moment.
I'm the only one.
She's just like, hey, it looks like you're alone out there. Do you need anything? Like, can we help you? Are you okay?
do you do anything else with your turn? Otherwise, he will respond on his turn.
Okay. Yeah, no, she's like, I'm just gonna try to be a human to this human.
Okay. Do you want to like hold an action, like attack if he attacks you?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
We hold nothing except our heart and our hands.
You're
Just
gonna
on the sleeve.
be a violent
Just on the
killer by the end of this
sleeve.
campaign.
Hit me up.
Character development, but the bad kind.
The kind.
Sam, it's then your turn. If you want to keep shooting.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot the other leg.
You can go for that. This will be at disadvantage because you're no longer ambushing.
Get it.
Do it.
That
So the
leg.
lower is
Get
14.
The low is 14, which is one shy again. If you'd like to spend another hero point to make that a hit, you could do that.
Yeah, I would. Let's just keep shooting him in the legs.
All
Get
right.
him. Get him.
That's gonna
Get
be
You burn a hero point.
20,
Give me
22.
damage?
No, oh wait, I rolled again to hit.
Oh, no. You don't roll again. You just bump up the roll's result by 1.
Oh,
instead of
I'm
getting
sorry,
the
I'm sorry.
14.
Yes. Apologize.
Amazing.
Got
I'm
it.
like, that's a lot of damage.
No, you may have killed
D8 plus 1. 4. Real.
Okay. Well, nonetheless,
Chip
this
it away.
man can never again attend leg day.
Dang. Dang.
That's
be
rough,
unbalanced
buddy.
forever.
Yeah, he's down to basically no movement, barely standing at all, sort of braced on that spear. You have another shot. or another quick action.
Oh. I guess. Oh. Is he bracing on the spear? Or is he bracing to throw the spear at me?
He's bracing on the
That's
spear
really
to stand.
For education. So I'll walk up a little bit. Let's see what's.
He still has that
move
strange
forward.
aggressive look on his face. Just he's also.
I'm like looking for Mr. Glynn. Like, is someone gonna talk to this guy, or we just? I thought the plan was to shoot him in the legs. And
Sorry, I'm
speak
just
to him.
drooling all over
Yeah,
myself. I apologize.
I shot him in the legs, and I didn't also know I would have to speak to him.
You don't have to. Again.
No?
You could just keep
He just
shooting.
his turn is when he gets to respond. That's the thing.
I will hold an action of shooting. How about that?
Sure.
Can I do that?
Oh, beat there. Meg, Theodosia's turn.
Well, since that's being handled,
Generous way to put it.
I expect this guy to get
Yeah.
literally immediately kneecapped, but
what'd you say?
I said I didn't expect
Give
this guy
us-
to get literally immediately kneecapped, but 5v1.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm a bad influence. Okay.
We want to try to talk, so I don't want to do anything that might kill him or weaken him a lot. Can I go investigate this tent?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Thanks. I'd like to investigate the tent.
What
do you want me to roll?
Roll detection, I guess. I mean, some stuff is obvious, but go ahead and roll.
Okay, and it's a good place to, and that's based on sight,
It
correct?
is a detection check based on sight.
So, for those wondering, I have a advantage on detection checks based on sight because the earring that we were talking about earlier, the cuff, is actually a hearing aid.
Cool.
All will save.
The idea being
Unless
that
Alex
you
would like
grew
to
up
say more.
hard of hearing, learned to train your sight to compensate, and then got a hearing aid. So now you're good.
Now I'm good.
Yeah,
We
just
can
really
delve
good.
more into that later.
Yeah.
But so that is
TLDR.
advantage on detection. Where's my character sheet? Oh, thank God. It's a 15.
Okay. There is a dead bandit in here, and consistent with what the captain was telling you earlier, there's not. You expect loot when you go to a bandit camp. You expect a box of silver, right? Some jewels, that sort of thing. This guy's just got food. It's very odd. And his wounds that have killed him are consistent with the spear and the sword that the standing guy is holding. But otherwise, yeah, nothing else jumps out at you about this.
Okay.
That is technically just a quick action. You have another one if you'd like to do something else.
No, I'll just move one more. Go a little behind the tent. Can I prep my short bow? Just in case?
Yeah.
Alright. Daggers away, short bow.
Yeah, you swap. You won't have time to then ready an action, but you can swap and then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Swapped and prep.
Turn order. This guy did not do so good on initiative. Katie, it's Maya's turn.
I'm gonna hold since we were saying we were gonna chat with him. I'm gonna hold a muddle mind so that if he goes to attack anyone,
Okay.
I will muddle his mind.
If he goes to attack him, you guys are gonna start blasting.
Just want to be pure.
It is then
I'd like a little more info.
this guy's turn, and seeing that he is well and good defeated at this point, surrounded and clipped, he's actually going to drop the spear and attempt to seppuku himself with the sword.
Oh,
I didn't say you could do that. No.
surprise!
All right.
Not a rational response again.
Nope.
In character thus far for these guys. Does anyone have anything to perhaps prevent that, or like as a reaction? But like, if not,
I can't throw anything. I can't throw my buckler at him,
tackle
can
you're all a little too far away for that. For
I?
tackling.
Yeah. I'm like,
Hologram in something.
I'm a little too far away. This guy's gonna end himself. Oh no. I will fire bottle him.
Oh, good.
I do not have anything. I'm sorry.
The only thing I can think of trying is casting hologram in front of him for another bandit for him to kill. For him to think he can do something with somebody else, but I don't think that's gonna work because he can't stand anymore because he kind of goes.
Because we have taken his legs.
I mean, you might as well.
Would that I can try?
I mean, I'm not gonna stop you.
It's something. It's better than
All
better than
right,
everybody else's response.
Do it. I pop a hologram in front of him of
Alright.
another bandit.
You cast an illusion of another bandit. It's just one of these guys. You make him look alive, and I'm gonna get you. And
So threatening.
that does not seem to stop him.
Oh, okay.
Got it.
And and he flops over pretty immediately. Do you go over to him to
Good lord.
do anything? 'Cause he's not
I
immediately
run
dead.
over.
Oh,
If
okay.
we're allowed to do something, I would
we're
run
out of
over
initiative
and.
at this point. There's no more threats.
Dang.
Okay, I'm gonna run over and ask our goddess for a little bit of help here, and I'm gonna use my Grace of the Gods quick action to use the second type of quick action I can use with that, which
To
is
stabilize.
stabilizing
yeah.
a dying creature.
Yeah, so yeah, you can run up to him, yank the sword out, touch him. The wound closes up, but he remains unconscious with 0 hit points.
Okay, I just stop. I look at everybody else. So I just go, "You all have to get real cool about a lot of things real quick." Cool.
I am already real cool with
The
whatever you
hologram
did.
just makes a grumbling noise behind to scare again. I have it on repeating, like a looping. Rar.
How do you guys think he's important?
I'm more concerned about the man who killed himself and not whatever you just
That's
did.
who. Well, yeah, I know. Do you think he's important?
I'm assuming so, yes. That's why I'm more concerned about him.
He must have known something.
Who would like to talk to him?
Okay.
If you
I can do it.
If you can restore HP to him, you could, in theory,
I-
wake him up.
Will, yes. I'm just scrolling to the right spell for it, so I don't.
Well, before you wake him up, should we? Well, I guess his legs are still. If she heals him, his legs will still be messed up, right?
I mean,
Uh,
I could fix that.
Actually, if he regains HP,
I'm gonna like hold his ankles.
does anyone have rope or handcuffs? Like,
Oh, wait, somebody
I got
had
rope.
handcuffs.
I have
Did I have handcuffs too!
yeah, you can
you
tie
know
him
it's
up.
me.
Dang, all right, this is
Let's
all right,
handcuff
group.
him.
Dang.
Also have rope, but go for the handcuffs.
Handcuff his ass.
Amazing. Okay, so we're tying him up, or handcuffing him up, excuse me.
One way or the other, yes.
Yeah. One or the other. He ain't going nowhere.
You'd like to give him HP.
Yeah. I am going to. I look at the group. I'm just like, you guys are gonna be cool, right? And not put anyone
I
in
have
jail, right?
Been doing
If I wake
magic
him up.
this entire time. If
Yeah.
you're going to do magic, just
Yeah.
do it.
Doing magic in and of
Okay.
itself isn't illegal. It's using it
Yeah.
in ways that's irresponsible. That's illegal.
Yeah.
Isn't
You
this
can make an
irresponsible?
argument for anything, however, and one of us has admitted to putting people in jail, and I don't know if that's okay or not, or if maybe they're just secretly like, I'm gonna put this other person in jail, and now they're like, oh no, 2 people to put in jail instead of 1. So
To
great,
be
okay.
fair, you just saw me take out his kneecaps, so
Yeah,
I'm not
for fun.
also put myself in jail.
Mm,
everyone-
You did do a real good job. That was a real nice shot.
You go to jail for
Thank
shooting
you.
people in kneecaps?
Thank you.
I don't think that's
I
how
All
it
right.
works.
Let's go ahead.
You-
Anyway, okay.
Blown in the lip during
So,
the
yeah. So Roni's gonna like take out her little pomander and like open it up, so like that whole like flowery scent thing under the nose for this guy, and then cast
Smelling
a
salts. Oh.
restore.
That's cool.
It's not actually a smelling salt, but I figured it was a cool way to do like a component, so to speak. To make it a little
You're-
more ritually. So yeah, I'm gonna cast restore, which is 2 SP, casting time full action, blah blah blah. Touch a creature, restore their
Yeah,
health.
the
Any
basic
affected
make
creature gains
HP go up
1d6
spell. Yeah.
1d6 plus 2. 4 total. Yeah. And they regain
yeah.
consciousness.
You give him some HP back, and
Yeah.
he gasps, and he looks terribly confused.
Mhm.
And not that sort of same feral look that he had on his face. He may have literally knocked some sense into him. And, you know, he sort of clenches at his wounds, and he's like, where am I?
Hi, you're in the woods. It's very cold, and I think you may have killed a lot of people. How are you today?
What?
All right.
How are you feeling? It's you know.
Terrible.
Really? Oh, we can fix that.
Well,
Well, I mean, I can't fix mental health.
Before you
but...
fix him too much, let's.
Oh, yeah.
What's the last thing you remember? You don't want to fix him too much, because then I'm just going to take his kneecaps out all over again.
Oh.
To square one.
Right. Yes, they took your kneecaps out. Sorry. You can fix them.
You know, you ask him what happened. Or what he remembers. Anyway, he's like, we were camping here. I mean, listen, you've caught me. I'll admit to being a bandit. And he looks around at sort of the carnage. He's like, prison sounds better than whatever the hell has happened here.
They do give you food.
The last thing I remember was the earthquake. There was a loud crack, and everything after that, it's a blur. Can't really remember anything, and until waking up here now.
Okay.
Over the table, how long ago was the earthquake again?
A week.
A week ago.
Wow. Well, I've never heard of an earthquake doing that before, so that's really new. Do you mind if I take notes? I'm gonna go ahead and take notes.
You go ahead, yeah.
You don't mind if I interrupt here, Ronnie, do you?
No, of course.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to make sure. You seem to get a lot of questions to ask him.
Oh, well, I mean, listening also gives me plenty of information too, so go ahead.
Fair enough. What's your name, friend?
Do the name generator.
Oh, no!
I knew the minute you asked. I was like, ha 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 ha.
Oh, no! The worst question to ask any NPC.
Nope. That's how we ended up with Jenkins for a lot of my games.
Well, I had this set to like Roman and Italian, and this is not what it is giving me.
Oh.
No, the first one, you gotta do it.
Alien names.
Fun.
I mean, he could potentially be an option to human.
Surprise, we're playing Lancer.
Oh, no!
Yeah, they gave me Owak Bim.
Owak Bim.
Owak Bim.
Star Wars.
Hang on, we've looped around.
Roll with it, Alex.
That's the most Star Wars thing I've heard.
So strange. Name suggestions in the chat. Go ahead, chat. Chat. You can name this.
Duratio. Duratio.
Duratio.
That's.
I'm here for it. It's better than any name I would have thought up.
I mean, you know what?
Duratio Bimothy.
Wow.
Why not? His name is Duratio Bimothy.
Why not?
All right.
Beautiful.
Fair. Interactive chat. That's the best way to play it.
Here we go.
My God.
Oh, you meant?
Right.
Did you mean Horatio?
Horatio, you typoed. Horatio is
It's
fine.
Horatio now.
It's Duratio now.
Duratio.
It's one of those fantasy names. It's just like a normal name, but a letter off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a soft J.
There's no going back.
Anyway, yeah.
Your turn.
It's Duratio.
All right, Duratio Bimothy.
Do you have a family, Duratio?
I really
Sorry.
hope he doesn't.
Well, if they do, then
I really think he does.
the Bimothy clan.
I think he's killed his family around him.
Well,
I don't
I
think
mean,
that's-
Found family.
Really relevant right now.
It
well,
kind of is. Only a little bit. I'm pretty sure we can get you in touch with him if we really wanted to.
great. What were you doing during the earthquake?
I was going to ask.
Setting
I
up the
got you.
fire. It was getting
Were you
late.
on a job for yourself or someone?
For ourselves.
That's
Gang
all you
is
remember.
useless.
Why don't you have food
They do have food. They don't have loot.
before this? Before the earthquake? Like, what were you looting before then? Because all you have here is food, so I
yeah,
assume you were
stolen-
lacking.
Stolen food. Taken. We stole food from travelers on the road. We never killed anyone.
Oh, well,
so
that
now, I
changed.
guess.
Sorry.
That is incorrect, sir.
If you look
Yeah.
around, I think we can blame a little bit on you, Duratio.
Yeah, it's been a very busy week for you, even if you're not aware. Sorry about that. Great. So,
And he
guess-
looks around as he's sitting here. Turns behind him, and he looks. If I'll pull it up on the map again.
oh no,
Chat.
not my brother.
He looks
Boratio.
over here. No. He looks over here to this rock that has a big crack in it. And he's like, "Well, that must have been the cracking sound with the earthquake. That there."
Is that right?
Do you remember smelling anything weird or seeing any kind of smoke during the earthquake?
No, like I said, it was a rumbling. We were all a bit frightened, but here in the woods, we were away from the trees. We weren't too worried about it. But then there was that loud crack of this rock splitting, and
Was this rock always
Can I-
here?
the rock was there.
Can I go?
Oh.
Can I go check out the rock?
You may go check
Yeah.
out the rock.
I know that like people were talking to him, and I'm like, I am the guy to
I
talk
also
to.
was like,
but
you should.
Also,
Do you want to continue to talk to him, and I will go nerd out on the rock? That is my thing. I just talk a lot as a player.
I feel like I want to go check out the rock.
Okay,
Usually
okay.
I talk a lot too.
You
but
both
like,
could go check out the rock.
We
and
both
I will
could.
make sure that he doesn't go anywhere.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Somebody
I
goes
wasn't
next
wearing
to the rock.
anywhere.
But do we
And-
trust the person who took out his kneecaps? Do we trust that person?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, fair.
for now.
So the rock itself is not terribly out of place in this forest. There's other scattered medium-sized boulders around here, but this one is particularly big. But it seems, the earthquake split it, and it's over a hole. Like a 45-degree angle sloped tunnel. Certainly big enough to walk through without crouching or anything. And yeah.
Hey, Duratio, did you know you have a basement?
Well, this is certainly unusual.
I don't think he knew he had a basement.
He doesn't seem to have known. He seems
Yeah. Okay.
quite baffled by everything.
I take a sniff. Does
Ronnie, hold
Yeah.
on a minute. Let me go ahead and let me just push myself into this hole a little bit.
oh
Get an
okay.
idea what's going on.
You want to peek ahead? Go ahead.
Yeah. I'll peek ahead a little bit.
You go in. You don't have.
I know nothing about rocks.
You don't
I'm
have
just
dark vision.
looking.
Right? I can't remember.
I do have dark vision. I do have dark
a
vision.
nature check, 'cause I do.
I have dark vision of 60 feet.
Very good. Yes. Yeah. You look in. It goes down at least that 60 feet before becoming fully dark again to you. And you get the impression that it might have been dug. It doesn't seem like a natural formation. It's very straight. It goes down. It starts out at about 45 degrees, but then 30 or 40 feet in, it kind of levels out and goes straight.
Let's roll on something I have no knowledge on. Can I do a nature roll at a solid 0?
You can certainly try. as they say.
Okay.
Can
I'm gonna
help you
try.
at all?
Maybe if you want to, if
I
you're
was
down
like-
here.
I do. I have nature.
If you want to
I have
invite someone
knowledge.
over to help you out,
Oh, you know what? Yeah, he'll peek his head up. Like, I think they might have been digging a hole. I'm not sure. I don't know. I've never been down in one of these before. You want to go into the mysterious cave with me?
I mean, I want to go in every mysterious cave across this entire nation if possible.
That sounds remarkably ominous once again.
I'm not ominous.
I mean, this is true. You are probably
hey.
the least ominous person at this point.
It's true. I'm very gentle and soft. I'm only a little warm to touch.
Let's get this
That's
nature
pretty
check.
normal. Anyway, what do you guys? Do you guys want to also come down the hole, or do you like it out here?
I will
Did you know there's a hole?
stay above the dirt, thank you.
Oh, okay.
Jurashi looks to you guys and is like, I'm not gonna go anywhere.
Yeah.
You may not have a
Don't
choice.
worry.
Oh, I imagine that I was like holding him anyway, like he was not gonna go anywhere. Unless he was gonna drag me along with him.
His legs are technically.
So
It's true. He's got a little messed up kneecaps. I'm assuming we can drag him along if we really want to.
He can limp down there with you. I'll tell you, it's not some dungeon. It's not that big.
Right. 23 on a nature check. Or what the
This
fuck
is
would have dug this
certainly-
out?
This is certainly man-made. There's the barest hint of like angled sort of stairs in the dirt path as you go down. Who moved the boulder? It's a big fucking boulder. You would need some sort of telekinesis or some sort of large apparatus to move the boulder.
Pointing at an angle towards the large person.
Well,
I'm
no,
actually
not.
pointing at you on all
no.
fronts, so I checked on the VOD. I was like, here, where is he?
Yeah.
Right there.
You're backwards.
I mean, I am your size. I'm just twice as wide at this point.
No,
Am I
it's
backwards? Sorry.
there you go. It's a few thousand pounds. You're not moving that boulder with any ease. But nonetheless,
I don't know how much. I can't bench that much.
No.
What do you mean? Okay.
But yeah, certainly this was dug. This was man-made. And as you guys progress a little bit of a ways in, certainly it gets very dark. I don't know if anyone wants to put up a torch or something for those without dark vision. But when you get down to the sort of rockier part, it's a much more square tunnel carved into the stone. Once you're 100 feet in.
I light a little torch. Yeah.
For those without dark vision, they can suffer.
I got my torch, so.
Yeah, say somebody has a torch.
How old does this tunnel seem?
That would be
Ancient technology?
certainly pretty old. If you want to try to like narrow down a date on it, that would be a society skill check that covers history and architecture and that sort of thing.
I can actually help you with this one.
Huzzah!
I got a 7 in it.
All
Nice. I got a natural 20 with a plus 10, so 30.
Oh.
Yeah, this was built in the year. No.
I'm a nerd, guys. I don't do shit else.
Progressing a little bit further in, it's very unadorned, so immediately in the tunnel you don't make out much, but you get further in, and the tunnel eventually comes to a large, not that large, like a 20-foot on a side room, roughly an oval, and carved into the sides of the rock are columns, sort of like a Greco-Roman style column, which would put this at the Imperial era. The era where the country that you're in did their conquerage. So certainly somewhere around the age of the conquest, within a couple decades. Additionally, in the middle of this room is a sort of a sarcophagus. A big stone rectangle, and atop the rectangle is, a carving of a person, the full shape of their body. Very weathered. You cannot make out any details. It's made of sort of like a white marble. It's all one piece. And in the sarcophagus, quote-unquote stabbed into the heart of the body of the sarcophagus, there's a dagger. It's a very unusual dagger. It is in the logo. It's a stiletto dagger, so meaning it has no edge. It's purely for stabbing. And it looks to have been made entirely of a single piece of metal. like poured into a mold almost. And it has this sort of like a Damascus steel kind of wave pattern to it, you know.
Cool.
All one solid piece of metal, and it's in roughly the heart of this white marble weathered statue on the sarcophagus.
What kind of metal is it? When would it have been made around?
You do not recognize.
Who would use something like that?
It is entirely, even with your 30 history or 30 society check, it is entirely alien to you.
It'd be a shame
this sort
someone
of steel.
pulled it up to look at it.
I don't know. I mean, I could touch, but I don't want to disrespect the party.
Zephyrosion's gonna approach the sarcophagus. He's gonna look at the daggers. He's gonna I don't really recognize this make from nothing.
Mm-mm. Well, I guess if it was during the time of the... Oh. There were a lot of weird things happening
Somebody
around
has to
then.
get a really close look at it.
Yeah, with his 0 brain cells, he's going to kind of, he's not gonna try to pull it up, but he's definitely gonna touch it to kind of like get a better look at it.
Mhm.
And if the GM does anything with that one, that'd be great. But if not, well,
What, with you just going to look at it, you mean?
yeah, just go to look at it. He's gonna try to get a good look at it.
Yeah.
And that might be to make sure it is actually a stiletto. He is going to like pull it up slightly and go like, "Oh, that is actually a stiletto."
Where it came
Okay.
from, or so help me. So help me.
Yeah, well, you could say that you
Return
Big red-
the dagger.
The GM puts a big red button in front of me. Why not? Put
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
right?
You go up to the dagger to inspect it. You touch it with your finger. You wipe your finger along the edge of it, and sure enough, no edge. Not even a hint of one. Definitely looks like it comes to a spike at the end, though. Very shiny, despite everything in here being very weathered. It isn't. Not a hint of rust or any sort of tarnish on it.
Is there a label on the sarcophagus at all? Sorry. I thought that was a different pause.
There's no text.
Okay.
It does appear to have been built with some degree of reverence, some sort of honor for this person. They somebody respected them enough to build this, but then also hid it. Yeah.
It's probably nothing then. Since we're not making any secrets of it, anyone think they can understand this dagger? And he's every instinct is telling me to pull the dagger out, but he's gonna try to push the lid slightly to see if it's at all movable.
Right. Yeah. You go up to the rim.
He's testing
of the rectangle.
He's testing it before
A
anything
light
else.
push, but it seems like that's all one solid piece. It's
Okay.
sealed. It has no
Well-
budge to it.
Well,
No
old
budge,
things
even
are
with
my
his-
specialty.
Yeah, with his impressive strength, no budge.
Legit.
All right, he's gonna pull his
Yank it
stiletto out, turn around in his hand, and hold it by the blade, like, "Hey, anyone recognize this?"
I know how to make things.
Now
And
there's
maybe
another
you're the
monologue.
one for this one.
Read the
I
monologue.
knew it! I knew
Like,
it!
I've
Let's
got
go! Let's go!
Tekken crafting, so I want to know how this thing was made so bad.
So, as you pull the dagger out of the stone figure's chest, a thin green flame emerges from the hole. It burns only an inch or two high for a moment, before exploding into a serpentine ribbon of flame that screams past you and out of the mouth of the cave, briefly illuminating the tomb before leaving it in darkness again. When you look back at the slab, the image of the person is gone. A hollow indent of a body, a mysterious dagger, and an overwhelming sense of dread is all that remains.
Do something real bad.
I like that the group outside was
us
just
on
like
the outside. Yeah, like did we see?
This is solid
Did we see
burning
the green light?
Yeah, so you guys standing outside the cave, a sort of serpentine ribbon is the word that I use. But yeah, a thin strip of green fire flies out of the cave, goes up into the sky, and just sort of vaguely flies like northwest-ish before you lose sight of it.
oh well.
Ronnie, I feel like it is something real bad.
I
think
hope
it's
Just imagine,
we
like,
not
I've got
died.
this guy.
You still have
I've
him by
got
the
this guy like
scruff.
hogtied. Yeah, and I'm like looking back at the two of you, like,
5 minutes, they were gone.
Can I walk over to the cave entrance and just shout down, "Is everything okay?"
Yes, there's a magical relic down here. Well, actually, I don't know if it's magical, but it's very different.
I would call green flame flying through the sky kind of magical. It's fine.
I mean,
Well-
only a little bit magical, right? Only a little magical?
I don't know, but detect magic.
Whoa, why didn't you do this beforehand?
Yeah, I mean, I would have done it before, but I was like, no, this is way better.
The dagger does register as magical, yes. The sarcophagus or nothing else in the room, no other pings. But the dagger, yeah, some kind of magic. It hasn't harmed Zephyrogen. It's heavy. It's heavy for a dagger. You don't think you could throw it accurately. It's it's all metal. It feels dense, but certainly as a poking weapon, it seems adequate.
Interesting. Is there any historical mention anywhere of, like, people being interred in a way that would keep their soul somewhere, like from a superstitious standpoint, like how we did with, like, vampires with people, right? We were like, we gotta put the stake in
them.
them.
A religion check, but
Okay.
the knowledge of other religions is pretty well destroyed, but go ahead.
Yeah, I was just like, is there, like, any weird superstitions that people would do that's kind of similar to this, but isn't founded in truth?
Go ahead.
All right, that is a math. 21.
This is definitely, you think, not exactly consistent with, like, typical clergy burials. They bury people to, prevent them from being undead and whatnot, as just sort of a general thing. Doesn't always work, of course, but nonetheless.
Right.
The other form of burial that's acceptable is cremation, usually done en masse after a battle or something. And there are mausoleums and things like this to saints and war heroes and that sort of thing.
Right.
But the sort of lack of any notation of who this person was, the hidden nature of it, the dagger that doesn't line up with any symbology you know of, it definitely seems unorthodox.
Yeah.
Can I put the dagger back? Will that fix this entire thing?
No, because the body's not even there anymore. It's just an indent in the sarcophagus.
Theo's gonna walk up to the edge of the rock. So are you coming back up, or are we coming down to you?
Well, right. Give me a minute. And Roni just kind of, like, takes a little survey of the inside of this room. If there's anything else of interest, just to be sure that.
Sure, you take your notes, the dimensions, whatever. Yeah.
Take her notes, yeah. And then I guess we should go up there.
But between you and I
Huh?
feel like I did something real dumb here.
No, not at all. Why would you think that?
Well, the mystical green fire.
You never know. Sometimes magic that is the color of green is good.
Okay, well, let's not let the above three know that I did this.
I don't know.
And that it was like this.
Okay. Sure.
All right.
You got it.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a solid plan. All right. It
Solid.
was like this when we found it.
Rock hard. Yep.
What do you mean by rock hard?
Well, I just meant it's really solid. I was just leaning into it. Has
You go
We'll head back up.
upstairs. Do you lie to them?
Yes.
I say nothing.
Okay.
Well,
What
I think
did
as
you
soon as
do?
they come out, though, I mean,
Yeah,
we saw.
Yeah,
green
I know you're-
fire.
Why did you?
Yeah.
What
There's
caused the
no
green flame?
hiding.
Yeah. No?
What
So
did you do?
there was this thing on the floor next to the sarcophagus. It was just laying there.
All right, roll deception.
Oh, is there a way that I can make this persuasion?
No.
No. All right. I'll roll deception. You want to aid me?
Yeah.
All right.
And then the three of you roll intuition.
All right. So I take a -1 to this because I am
You are
exhausted.
tired.
Yeah, you are.
I have 1, so it's instead of a 3, it's a 2.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I rolled so far a 17, so
Okay.
that's 16, and then I rolled a 19 on my other dice, or on the disadvantage. So I'm rolling at 17.
So 19 then.
Yeah,
Does
so 19.
anyone have an intuition over a 19?
Well,
I
so
rolled.
I rolled a Sailor Moon nat 20 plus 6.
Damn it!
Okay.
Beautiful.
Not allowed to lie.
Ah,
Apparently.
dang, all right.
You were kind of a cop, so yeah.
Yeah, you got me.
Kind of a
you,
cop.
You got me.
know. You're like, no. You picked that up out of somewhere. It wasn't just on the floor. No one would leave that around the floor. It's too fancy looking.
That's what I said. I was gonna try to ease this in persuasion. Like, you know what? There was green fire around everywhere, and I pulled this dagger out, and then that happened. But that was the the lie was we found it on the floor. We picked it up, and there was green fire.
Well, it has not been.
Anyway, so so there was a dagger
Well,
there.
let Sam talk. Sam, do you call him out?
Yeah.
So, if you don't tell us exactly what happened, we cannot help you with whatever the consequences may be.
Well, you see, the truth was, or is, I should say, that we found, this coffin. It wasn't moving, wasn't open or nothing. And this dagger was embedded around it, and
In it.
in it.
In it.
And
Like,
there was no obvious magic around.
Did you possibly try to attempt to detect the magic before you pulled it out of the sarcophagus?
Absolutely. There was no magic whatsoever. Isn't that right?
Do you want to go through this again? Or just.
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
Hmm?
Just
go through what again?
the lying.
He said the thing.
All right, look,
There's magic. Yeah.
We're just all
right,
standing
look.
there like, we know you're lying.
Well, like, I don't know which part is which anymore.
all right.
The only part of that was a
So,
lie that you didn't cast detect magic before you pulled it out.
at that point, yeah.
Oh, that part? Oh, yeah.
But, like,
trying to take as much
Yeah, the rest
away,
is accurate.
away from Ronnie as possible.
Ronnie don't care. Ronnie don't give a fuck. Ronnie's the honey badger. She's just like, yeah.
Yeah. So, well, with that admission out of the way, then there was no obvious magical essence, residue, ectoplasm, as some people call it, around, and one of us. Who was it? Was it you or me? I can't remember.
You did which part?
I just kind of touched the dagger, and everything happened.
Ronnie checks her notes. You did.
Okay, yeah, I did. So,
The dagger.
I pulled the dagger up.
That was you.
Yeah, that was you.
That's why I take notes.
I kind of
What?
hold up our guy, and as he's holding the dagger, and I'm like, "Have you seen this before?"
He didn't
No,
know they had a
me?
basement, remember?
I don't think he knew he had a basement.
If I could
You
sell
know if you
something
don't
like that,
ask
I
me.
wouldn't have to be
He also
abandoned.
murdered a bunch of his friends.
True.
I kind of
Oh,
smack him for his sassiness. Is that appreciated?
uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Nothing was marked down there at all, including the sarcophagus. You can go take a look if you'd like. Based on the design of the architecture and the format of the room itself, I would estimate that it was probably built, potentially dug out, whatever you'd like to say, during the Empire's main reign, so to speak. So, definitely full of something good.
Yeah, obviously. That's why I felt comfortable pulling up the dagger.
Yeah.
So it's going to stay in your pocket then, because that green fire was your fault, and I'd like my money, so...
I feel like a lot of us have things to discuss when we get back to town.
So I'm gonna call time for a timeout there. We're gonna come back in a little bit. and just do our wind down, talk about where you guys want to proceed next time, end of session procedures. But that is basically everything. You'll make camp here. We'll do a long rest. And we'll go over all that. So we'll do another little break, and we'll come back for 15 minutes maybe just to wrap things up.
Wins.
But we'll be right back again. All right, we are back from our little break. So, end of session procedures. What we do in Big Adventure Game when we come to the end of a session is I give you guys something called improvement points. These are our version of experience points, and it's basically just based on how much did you get done today, real life today, end of session. Doesn't necessarily determine whether you fought anything or not, just like, did you advance the goals and the plot. I would say you guys have done so. I'll put you in the moderate development tier here. So that is 15 improvement points. You can have those.
That feels fair.
Oh, whoa.
Ooh, yeah.
And then we do a long rest, which you guys can make camp here at the bandit camp, fix things up a little bit. You'll do a long rest, and the way that improvement points work, whether it's the end of the session or not, anytime you can, because not every session is going to end at nighttime necessarily, right? Anytime you finish a long rest, you can spend your improvement points. If you guys would like to do that now, you can do that now. That's page 73 in the rulebook. Let me know if you're buying anything. We could do this in between sessions if you want to think about it.
Okay.
Definitely need to think about it.
Yeah, that's fine.
But we advanced the plot, correct?
You did.
Correct.
Huzzah!
So with today's events in mind, what is your plan for next session? What would you like to do when you wake up in the morning? You have your prisoner, you have your mysterious dagger, you have your green fire thing that got out of the cave. What are you feeling like you need to be doing?
Well, we didn't really question him much if he knew. We didn't talk about the whole reason that we're out here, right? Like, we didn't ask him if he knows. Does he have a bandit leader, man? Is he the leader of the bandits?
He said he was
I
working.
didn't ask if they were working for anyone.
Yeah, he said he was working for himself essentially. So that it seems like they're just a small, disparate band, not part of some grand thieves guild.
I mean, it's not a ton of information to bring back to Inquisitor.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. He didn't want information anyway. He wanted it stopped.
We
Yeah.
did.
We're also bringing the man
That's
back.
true. He did want it to just end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in addition, we like snake green fire and green flashes in each other, or in like the feral bandit's eyes. Seems plot relevant to me, but I don't know anything about it. Zephyrosion's goal at this point is to quite literally downplay any involvement he had with unleashing an eldritch horror, and more specifically, focusing on you guys and go
So
and having you guys talk things out.
So plan for next session is return to Ankos, bring your prisoner, turn him in, collect the bounty,
Yeah.
and then see where things go from there. See if anything has happened out in the world as a result of your whatever just happened.
I just have a lot of studying to do.
Right.
I need to study that thing. I must know.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Let me spend a moment catching up on chat here. They had anything that I was talking
Enjoy!
a little bit. I was talking a little bit in chat. I was keeping up with it. See if anyone asked like a question or anything that I need to specifically respond to.
I think it's mostly just save Jim.
I think we were all
ratio.
just kind of clowning about the name, yeah.
Yeah.
If so, then what I'd like to do just for a couple minutes before we all go to bed, talk about Big Adventure Game. Chat, ask questions about it. What did you think about it? What do you guys here actually on the show think about it? Did you have fun? Did the rules make sense? How are we feeling?
A forever GM. I'm definitely going to say this is the first game I played in over 10 years. All right.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Did not know
My
that.
goodness.
It's been a while. I've been GMing forever. I would definitely say that it is, once you get the flow of it down,
Yeah.
it is solid. Like
Yeah.
the main part of it is just a character creation, and that is because it is a classless system
Right.
that it tends to take a little bit more thought process than like, oh, I'm just gonna pick a fighter.
Yeah.
Right. Brian,
I'm
shut
gonna
up.
be,
You know what Big Adventure Game stands.
I'm gonna be human man fighter or human fighter man
Right. Yeah.
is
you can.
significantly, which you can be.
You can
This is
just
true.
do that.
Yeah.
You can be. Yeah. Like I did it.
Myriad did ask if you could shoot weapons out of hands. Yes, yeah, you can do an aimed attack at a limb, non-specifically, and one of the effects to potentially save your ratio from seppukuing himself. In theory, yes, yeah, a lucky shot could have pulled that off. Thank you for asking. Good clarification.
I did not
I don't
know
know
what you
anybody-
meant when you said, "Can you shoot weapons?" I was like, "Yeah."
No, I
close.
remember
like,
the
I
question
didn't.
earlier.
It
Oh,
went
yeah, I was
right
about
over
to
my
say.
head.
I was like, I could try to Captain America.
Put a
move.
halberd and a longbow and just.
Jesus.
I mean, it's like a spear, right? I can just
It could be
throw
like
it.
an Elden Ring great bow.
You're so right. That's it. We load Zephy in a ballista
Hell
and just
yeah!
launch
let's
it
do
at
it.
people.
Cosmic.
I can live through it. It's fine. I
Yeah,
can
you'll be
live
fine.
through it.
You're totally fine.
Sudoku himself.
Sudoku. Oh my god.
No.
I've heard that.
But no, like everything kind of really runs easy. I do feel I don't want to take like all the glory in experimenting with some of the stuff like rushing or aimed attacks.
Sure.
I do feel like there are aspects we haven't touched yet on, but it's only the first session. That's
Yeah.
just me though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's specific rules we haven't gotten to yet. There's what between you guys there's like 16 spells or something between you. No, 26 spells between you, and we cast like 5 of them, right? So
Yeah.
we'll get into like the specific nitty-gritty. But I'm glad you feel that way though, because that was sort of what I was going for. Was like, for me, I know people ought to use crunchy as sort of a bad word when describing a TTRPG, right? It's like it's too fucking so crunchy.
Some people love crunch, some people don't.
Right.
Nothing
That's
wrong
true,
with that.
But I think what you have to do is like put it in the right place.
Yeah.
Like I like it in character creation
Yeah.
where you can really make your dude, very specific, tailored to how you want. But then in play, it shouldn't be too, mathy.
Yeah.
I kept that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I started with the 5e SRD that's in Creative Commons, and like the only thing that's left is like how weapon damage works and advantage.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because those are simple. Like
Campbell Spoop or Spoup, I'm not sure how to pronounce. Did mention before playing in the early play tests and trying to get my friends together, there doesn't seem to be a lot of character growth past character creation. It feels like once you do that, they're not going to get much stronger.
They're not going to get.
That's my curiosity too.
Yeah, they're not going to get much stronger like linearly. Like HP and damage just go up. You can a little bit, right?
Right.
But what I have found more interesting is taking on new features, finding new synergies, learning new spells, more training points, becoming more accurate at things.
Yeah.
Because, when you play D&D or Pathfinder, you start at level 1, you're made of paper, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's no good. You get up to level 20, and, you eat ancient dragons for breakfast, and the GM cannot challenge you.
Right.
So finding ways to stay in that middle range while still having some sort of goal, like a character meta progression goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And not everyone's going to love that.
Totally.
Very true.
If you may want that big skewed 0 to hero thing, but
my favorite system is the Genesis / the Fantasy Flight game Star Wars system, which is like that. It's
I know
it's like that. You build it almost all from scratch. Like there's classes and stuff, but you could start mixing and matching and adding them without like the really strict requirements that like D&D has, and it can get really crazy after a little while. But like the way you grow is functionally but not powerfully,
right?
Which is way more fun for me personally too. I like
easier for
a character
the GM.
Concept growing rather than my numbers growing.
Seems like everyone's speculating on how to launch swords in chat.
It's an important thought.
I've watched that.
Well, hey, listen, the rule books are free, all right? There they are.
You make your
Join
sword
the beta
launcher
test for free. It's in the description. If you could figure it out, let me know. But yeah, other than that, I think we can start winding down. Follow these people.
Yeah.
Links in the description for all of them. Give them a follow. They all do the content also.
A lot of them are great streamers. I know because I creep in their streams quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
As you do. Subscribe here if you aren't already.
Do it.
We'll be back, hopefully. Everything goes well in 2 weeks with the next episode for the next couple of months. We don't really know how long. And join, like I said, get the books for yourself. There's a link for a Discord server there if you want to play the game, if you want to LFG and find other people to play with. That's sort of the best place to do it. And yeah, if anyone else could think of anything, I think we're
Hi,
good.
we love you. Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you everybody for
watching. Means a lot to us.
Chatting.
Yeah. Enjoy the rest of your evening or whatever is going on in your time zone.
Drink water, hydrate, take medicine, get a good sleep, fluff your
Make sure you
pillows,
eat.
eat something. Don't
Only
forget
do a
to
little
wash
bit
your
of
blankets.
felonies.
Do it.
Goodbye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.